All right, 1, 2, 3. Audio check. 1, 2, 3. Audio is in the orange, exactly where it should be. Game audio, right at minus 45 decibels. That looks really good to me. It looks good enough. Anyways, we're a little bit late. 10 minutes late, but that's fine, because I don't think this one's going to take a whole lot of time. I mean, the story's going to take a while, but I don't suspect that this one is going to take a massive amount of time, but this is Goddess of Victory, Nikke, and we are going in at the 11th hour, at the last minute, to see Rapi's story. I actually haven't watched it. I actually don't know the story at all, because I have just unlocked every chapter, but I didn't actually watch them. So I have no idea how the story goes. So we are going to watch the story first. The part 1, the part 2, the ending, and the special ending. And then after that, we are going to try to snag us a copy of the new SSR Rapi. That is going to be the plan. Hopefully, watching the story gives us some good fortune in the draws. That's what one would hope. I don't know if that's exactly how it's going to go, but one could hope. Before we get started, there is something that I want to do, and that would be, wait, where did my phone holder? My phone, never, doesn't matter. Okay, we need to, oh gosh, got disconnected right off the bat. I forgot, I'm on the PC version. The PC version, I don't know why, but for me it is a bit unstable and has a tendency to crash. We have to go to the lobby because it is time to... Some of our characters are going to get swapped in and out. Who is going in and... where is she? Actually, we're going to redo all of it. That's fine. There we go. You're going here. Where you're going here. And then you're going here. No, we're going to go you. And then we're going to go you. And then we're going to go you. There we go. Updating it. There we go. So, oh. Can't I hide the background?
What are you going to do after the festival?
I forget if you can hide the on the background.
Plans,
Okay.
would you like to hang out a little longer with me?
Let me grab these real fast before I forget. I'm not going to do the rest of my dailies. I'm just going to claim my stuff. That's the plan. Oh, the season ended. Jeez. I guess I'm behind the ball. Wow. Anyways, let me give people their points. All right, as you can see here, down at the bottom, we have 22 hours remaining. So this is it. This is basically the final day to do the story and the summon. So that is the size of it. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, are we? No, I'm going to do these yeah, we'll do these real fast. No harm in that.
Did you see that? I'm strong.
No harm in
My
that.
comrades are stronger.
Yeah. I don't need to. I can spend these as well. That's fine. We'll spend these.
Did you see that? I'm strong, but my comrades are stronger.
And I'll just spend. So we're going to spend the remaining points. Like, this is it. This is the end of the event. So we'll just grab everything we can grab. This is the end of the event. There you go. We spent all of our resources. And that's it. We're going to... Records repository time. There are a lot of stories here. There is no doubt about that. Do I need to... Do they have... They have it... Okay, there's no open world. There's no... Yeah, there... Okay, no, there we go. There we go. I was looking for it. Okay, so yeah, you do have to do it in the correct order, and we will be doing it in the correct order. This is the correct order. So we'll do part 1 first, as is normal. You know, that'd be the logical way of doing things. Oh, does it not matter? Let me see. Rapi story, small world, A, small world B. Yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, let's do this. The beginning of the story. The plan is to get some luck paying respect to the story, and then hopefully I won't spend a fortune trying to get my resources at the end. This is Footsteps Walk Run, the last day to enjoy the story. So here we go.
Commander, are you going straight back to the Ark?
So I haven't actually gotten far enough in the game where Rapi has her, like, complete synchronization. So some of this is unfamiliar to me, but I know enough about the game that I should be able to follow along. Also, welcome to the show, B-Rai. You're just in time. This is the beginning of the story. The beginning of the event.
If you're not busy, could I speak to you briefly in the commander's room?
Of course, I will read the nonverbal dialogue. Sure, that's fine.
Jeez, using your transformation as an excuse? Talk about shameless.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're insinuating, but I'd like for you and Neon to come as well.
Why? Have you got something to say to us?
It's a threesome.
Yes. I think it's time we talked about what happened to me and how I lived. There's a lot that I still haven't told either of you.
Rapi is
Or
full
the
of shit.
commander,
She's
for that
like,
matter.
I have no idea what you're insinuating. I'm like, get out of here, Rapi. You know exactly what she's saying you're insinuating.
Ooh. Should we bring something? Fried chicken and soda? Maybe something sweet for snacks?
What if somebody did that? What if you did that in real life? Like, what if someone is like, I want to talk about my dark past. They're like, oh, let's get the snacks and the food ready. Yeah. Like, I'd be a little bent out of shape.
Oh, good idea. Will you be talking for a while, Rapi? If you are, that'll change how much we'll have to buy.
Yeah, you boring. Like, is your story inconveniencing? Like, is your life story going to inconvenience me in some way?
It's not exactly going to be a fun story. You shouldn't have to prepare too many things.
Let's head to the outpost. I'll tell the top brass that we've got to handle some quick maintenance issues.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see. Snacks? Check. Drinks? Check. Comfortable seating? Check. Washroom? Check.
You two are really going overboard with this.
That Rapi's so polite. Should we turn on some music? Shut the fuck up, Commander.
No, that won't be necessary.
Anise, can I get some of that chocolate syrup? Here. What kind of cookies did you get? Raspberry and pecan. Which one would you like?
Raspberry and pecan. I know Neon likes strawberry, so I guess he just likes fruit in general.
Raspberry. Hold on. What's that? Oh, these? Cilantro flavored chips.
Well, I like cilantro, so that's probably kind of based.
Oh. I think I'll pass on those. I wasn't planning on sharing.
Do either of you ever plan on actually listening to my story?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We're all done now. I'm ready.
Okay, I think I'll begin at...
Crunch.
Whoops, sorry. These are crunchier than I thought they'd be.
It's fine. I'll just get right into it. I'll start from when I was human, with my earliest memory.
I guess Rapi's fortunate that she's able to recall being human in the first place, since typically you lose your memory.
Humanity will emerge victorious. The sudden ambush by those vile raptures has demanded that we move underground, where light cannot reach. We have suffered a long humiliation, to be sure. However, that humiliation will soon be over. The central government has invested untold time and effort into reclaiming the surface, which was stolen from us by the raptures. We have created countless state-of-the-art weapons. as well as those oh-so-gorgeous goddesses of victory, the Nikkes. With them, we will take back what once was ours from those vile raptures. This great fight is to be called the Surface Reclamation War. Operations will commence in 2 months. Citizens of the Ark, prepare yourselves. Prepare for the moment in which we reclaim our homeland. With the Surface Reclamation War, we will soon bask in the glow of victory!
Kind of reminds me of in Mobile Suit Gundam when Giran gives his speech over Garma's death.
This commercial is on every single station.
That's called propaganda.
I'd rather be watching some cartoons.
Cartoons?
You were born in the Ark, weren't you, Rapi?
Yes.
Then you might not realize how much this means to us.
Yeah, here we go. So this is young Rapi, obviously, like by the name, and you know she hasn't really changed all that much. It's not that her eyeballs are bigger; it's that her eyeballs stayed the same size, and everything else grew larger.
All of our real homes are up there.
Up where? In the sky?
No, a place called the Surface.
I heard that it's dangerous there.
It is, since there are raptures everywhere.
So this must be after Overzone. Like this must be in the 50 years in between Overzone, since like the Ark seems to be fully operational, and the Reclamation Wars are initiating.
Raptures are those monsters, right?
That's right. The raptors stole our home, and now we're trying to take it back. To that end, the central government has been preparing for a very long time.
Aren't the Nikkes the ones doing the fighting?
Yes, they are.
Nikkes are amazing. Goddesses of victory fighting for humanity. So cool.
You really like Nikkes, don't you?
Of course. They're the best. They're so strong.
It's like the moment a girl idolizes Nikkes, you have like every manufacturer, oh, you don't say. Time to rub our hands together.
That they are. With them fighting on our behalf, we're sure to win.
I don't understand. What's so great about winning?
What a question. Everything. You've never seen the real sky, have you?
Damaku subs as a T1. He's been a sub for 26 months. That's over 2 years. Thank you for being with the Fox Republic for so long, Damaku. He says, hey guys, how's it going? We are watching Rapi's story in hopes of gaining some luck. Also, I just haven't watched it, so I will be watching and reacting to Rapi's story. And then I will attempt to obtain a copy of Rapi myself, hoping that the story grants me some luck. You know, that's been the tradition.
What do you mean?
I mean the actual sky, not an artificial projection.
I'm still not following.
You'll understand soon enough.
That's literally a Rapi line. I'm still not following. Like, that is something she would say.
The sky is absolutely breathtaking.
If you say so.
You're not interested? You've been staring at that syringe during our entire conversation.
Is there any chance I can forgo the shot today?
Come now. You know better than that. You need these shots and the medication to get better.
Oh, so is she a sick kid?
I'm going to die in this place.
Who told you that?
Nobody told me, but you said it. You said it while you were talking to another nurse. You kept calling me a poor thing. Is that the end? When you die, does all the pain go away?
I'm sorry, Rapi.
No. The death is only the beginning.
Yes?
What happened?
What do you mean?
The Surface Reclamation War.
You remember all that? That was years ago.
I remember it because it interrupted my cartoons. So tell me, what happened?
What kind of cartoons do people watch on the Ark? What do they watch, like the Ark Rangers or something?
We lost.
I see.
Got fucking owned.
Then what is going to happen?
Money is tight. So times in the Ark are going to be tougher. This hospital might not last much longer either.
then what happens to me?
I'm not sure. They don't tell me these things. At any rate, we're all done for today. Do you need anything else?
No, I'm okay.
It's been a while since you had any requests. Are you okay?
So it seems like this is like several months later, so whatever terminal illness that she has is taking its time.
What does it matter how I feel? I'm going to be lying here for the rest of my life. So what's the point of wanting anything?
You'll get better.
There's no point in trying to make me feel better either. Sorry. Thanks for your help today.
Always. So if one thing has not changed about Rapi, she has always been a ray of sunshine.
All right then. You get some rest.
Oh, I wanted to say,
Yes?
I've seen a lot of cuts and bruises on your body lately. Are you okay?
I have been participating in protests.
What kind of protest?
Protests against blaming Nikkes.
Huh?
They're being blamed for the failure of the surface reclamation war. Detractors are saying that all this time and money was spent on Nikkes for nothing. They say the Nikkes are the main cause of the current financial crisis in the Ark. Unspeakable things have been happening all over the city. I'm vehemently against that.
They're probably not necessarily wrong. I can't imagine the Nikke project was, like extremely cheap.
Nikkes didn't do anything wrong.
That's right. They sacrificed their minds and bodies for humanity. For us. They fought against an unknown foe. It's wrong to treat them like this after they risked their lives to fight for us.
That's probably true, though. You should be mad at the central government since they're the ones who decide where the money goes.
So I'm doing whatever I can to help.
It's basically just like real life now that you think about it. People don't know what to get mad about. They know they're mad about something, but they don't know what to be mad at.
I know this might be a bit difficult for you to understand, Rapi, but you must never put a price on the sacrifices of others. The act itself is noble.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
That evening, while watching a news report on the violent crackdown of the protests, Rapi sees the nurse's name on the list of fatalities. Oh, rip. Let's keep favoriting these so that if I get disconnected, I know where we left off. Several years later, oh man, the terminal illness has not taken hold yet.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, let's prepare your injection then.
All right.
Is there anything else you need?
No.
Very well. Rapi,
Yes?
the hospital is going to be shut down soon. The recession after the surface reclamation war hit our sponsors especially hard. This hospital has always been run entirely on grants, so times are tough.
I see.
I tried to find a place for you to stay, but I couldn't track down any of your family or relatives.
I know.
Adoption didn't work out either.
I'm not surprised, considering my illness.
There aren't any other viable hospitals either.
I figured.
Rapi,
Yes?
would you be willing to participate in a clinical trial? A new drug is being developed for children like yourself with rare diseases. It's a risky proposition, but if you participate in the trial, the hospital will be given another grant. If you help us,
This is not suspicious in the slightest.
we won't need to close down the hospital. No, never mind. I'm sorry. What am I saying? Let's finish up quickly so you can rest. I'm sorry.
I'll do it. I'll be in the trial.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Doctor,
Yes?
if I die, will I be at peace?
No. It is only the beginning.
What are you talking about, Rapi?
Tell me, will I be at peace?
I'm not sure either.
At least he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth at least. If you're a girl, if you're female, death is only the beginning. Like, your suffering has only begun. Several years later...
You're showing improvement. You're getting better. Rapi! You're the first case where this treatment has been successful. So you undergoing this is bound to garner us more financial support.
You love how it's all about money. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, money is money. But that's what they're like, oh my god, we're not going to be shut down.
Thank you, Rapi. Thank you so much. You've saved our hospital.
Rapi points at the TV with trembling hands. On the TV, a person in a military uniform and another in a suit are debating.
Oh, that... Apparently, some Nikkes who are being persecuted attempted to escape to the surface.
Oh, is this the elevator incident?
The central government tried to destroy the elevator that they were using to go up. But there was an accident. They lost control of the elevator.
Ah, a
and
quote-unquote
nearly crashed
accident
in the middle
occurred.
of the arc. But before it landed, the Nikkes that were on board blew themselves up to prevent a catastrophe. It was an incredibly noble thing they did. People have started referring to this entire incident as the Goddess Fall. And there has been an outpouring of grief for the Nikkes who sacrificed themselves. It significantly curtailed the voices of those factions who were so fervently anti-Nikke before.
Yeah, so that was the big incident that, like, that was like the breaking point for improve. That was the breaking point that begun to improve things in the arc. Like, people were like, okay, you know, maybe we're getting a little out of hand here.
That program on television is a debate on whether or not to grant Nikkes additional rights. Nikkes may not be able to regain the glory of the past, but they can at least escape from this endless cycle of hate. I've said too much. Anyway, thanks to you, Rapi, there's hope.
I mean, Rapi hasn't said anything, but she's probably really like, where are my fucking cartoons at? I was watching like Wile E. Coyote or some other classic.
Just hang in there a little longer. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to push this button if anything happens. Okay?
The doctor leaves the room, a joyful expression on his face as he flips through the chart. He's like ready to like stroke that cash. He's like, yeah, cash money, baby. Rapi frantically presses the red button at her fingertips, but no one comes. Oh, the red, it's just for show. For the entire night, the tapping on the plastic button is the only sound which echoes through the room. Man, the room service is awful at this place. I think you should file a complaint. Several years later, well, apparently it wasn't that big of a deal.
Rapi,
Yes?
how are you feeling?
Good.
Okay. Rapi,
What?
you have been cured. Congratulations.
The first person to overcome Ligma.
We'll be able to have you discharged very soon.
I'm fully recovered.
Correct.
What happens now?
You live an ordinary life.
How?
Was there anything that you ever dreamed of doing?
Yes, but I can't do it anymore.
The hospital will be moving. Well, restructuring would be a better word. We're in the midst of constructing a new, bigger building. To be exact, it will be a facility and not just a hospital anymore. Your participating in that clinical trial proved the effectiveness of the new drug. Because of that, our sponsors are providing more new drugs.
Why does Rapi always have like an air of like heroic wind blowing her like hair around? Like, don't they have like the doors shut? Are the windows open or something?
And additional financial support greater than we could have ever hoped for. It's a new beginning for the hospital. And for me. I'm hoping that you can start over as well, Rapi. I found a place for you, and I transferred plenty of money into an account under your name. I would like for you to do something with that.
What? How?
Think about it. You're young and have plenty of money.
But I want to go with you.
Thank you for everything, Rapi. Take care.
Thank you, Doctor.
This is probably how it feels to come out of jail. Like, you know, people who've been in jail for, like, years, and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, just get back to it, you know? Like, what year is it? Like, oh, I don't know. Like, life has passed by. I bet that's what it feels like if you've been in the slammer for, like, many years. Ah, there we go, getting disconnected. It's about that time, I suppose. All right, continuing on. Okay, so we were... I might need to watch the beginning of this one to know where we left off exactly.
Rapi.
Yes.
Okay, so we've seen this one. Rapi walks off, clutching onto the piece of paper in her hands as if it was a priceless artifact. Indecipherable letters and numbers are scribbled on the note.
I can't read this address.
Rapi feels the weight of something in her pocket and pulls out a card which is a mixture of black, white, and
Credits?
gold.
Is this money? How do I use this?
Rapi glances around her surroundings. They are entirely unfamiliar to her. Tall buildings encircle her, and throngs of people shuffle busily past her. Rapi approaches a man to ask how to read the address and use the card.
Excuse me.
The man does not turn around.
Excuse me.
The man still does not turn around. Rapi notices something inserted into the man's ear. Whatever it is apparently being used to block out any outside noise. Rapi approaches to tap the man's shoulder, but he walks off to meet up with what appears to be friends of his, laughing and chatting amongst themselves as they head off. Rapi looks around once again. No one makes eye contact with her. She is unable to approach anyone, as they all either have something plugged into their ears or are busily moving about. Rapi walks aimlessly. She keeps walking. After a while, her feet start to hurt. And she takes another glance around. You know what? She's been in a hospital for a long time, so like this qualifies as exercise. Everyone is wearing shoes. Uh-oh. The feet shots. They did this on purpose. They did... Wait. Meme said they didn't give her a change of clothes. Yeah, she's walking around in her hospital. What? How did they give her money but didn't buy her a basic outfit? And they didn't even ask to see if she was like basically educated, or how do you? I guess if you're in a hospital, you wouldn't get basic education. She sees that she's barefooted. She begins to walk again. Rapi comes across a large crowd gathered together who are excitedly shouting something. She heads closer towards them.
Nikke's are not machines. We are sentient beings, living things. Never forget what happened during the goddess fall. We sacrificed ourselves for humanity, and yet humanity continues to persecute us.
Rapi doesn't understand what the woman was saying. All the people who have gathered stand without anything in their ears. She approaches them to ask for help. An explosion rings out, causing the surroundings to shake. For a brief moment, Rapi feels dizzy and then collapses.
Have they lost their minds? You don't have to use violence to suppress a demonstration. We have to call off the gathering for now. What are you doing? Hurry up and hide! Huh? Who are you? I've never seen you before. You don't seem to be from the central government.
Well, is the Ark shutting the show down?
Hold on. Are you a civilian? Here, come with me if you want to live.
At the same time, so it says Rapi crouches down. At the same time, she looks at the person who has been shouting at her. She lies motionless on the ground. A pool of strange-colored liquid forms underneath her. So this is before the Nikkes had red blood. They had green originally. Rapi instinctively turns around and runs. We got a. That's a show. I don't know what movie that's from, but We've Got a Runner is a reference to a movie.
I got her.
Bullets rain down upon Rapi, and she stays low as she possibly can while attempting to run. A bullet grazes her arm. Well, about to be back in the hospital.
Why bother running?
She collapses to the ground. They're gonna be like, oh shit, we shot a human.
Injecting nymph. Injection complete. Anchored to brain. Copying information. Copy complete. What? Why is the capacity so small? Well, it happens. Let's see. There's nowhere she wants to go.
Are they saying she's dumb? The brain capacity is small.
Sure enough. Nothing. Her capacity is rather small. No wonder her sense of self is so muted. No need to generate a body map then. This one should be suitable for a mass-produced model. All right. Done. Injecting data into nymph. Let's see. Basic tactical pack, surface knowledge pack, rapture data pack, and...
This is like the Matrix. You just like download some information. It's like, I know Kung Fu.
What is this? Why is her knowledge level so low?
They're saying she's dumb.
Where is this lady from? Spends her entire life apparently sheltered and ends up dead during a protest. Life is strange. Now, where's that knowledge pack? There we go. Injecting. What else is left? Is it about done? All right. Let's see. Hand over the brain extraction unit and done.
She's got to rip ye old brain out. Give it a quick transfer. Rapi opens her eyes.
RR15436.
For some reason, Rapi knows that the serial number being called is referring to her.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Unsure.
Okay, that's normal. Get ready. We're going out.
Where are we going?
The squad leader brusquely tosses a USB stick to Rapi.
The operations details are all in there.
Understood.
Rapi connects the USB to her body, somehow knowing exactly what to do. Her eyes begin to glow.
Resource collection mission confirmed. My role is transportation.
Just carry as much as you can handle. If you can handle that, consider me impressed.
Understood.
Any questions?
No.
You're a strange one.
I don't understand.
People usually ask more about what they're supposed to do, whether it's dangerous, etc. All that knowledge they injected you with doesn't compare to in-field combat experience. And yet you're being put straight into action without any adjustment period. Aren't you scared?
It's just like my favorite kinds of video games. The moment you hit the start button, they're like, it's starting now, no tutorials, better get your ass in there.
Are you not going to issue instructions during the operation?
I will be. That'll increase your chances of survival, if only minutely.
Then I am not scared. It's clear what tasks I'll be responsible for. It's fine as long as I am not instructed to figure things out on my own.
Right. You really are an oddball.
We gotta keep favoriting these in case we get disconnected.
Squad 0910F has left the Ark and arrived on the surface. Commencing resource acquisition operation. Let's move out. Keep your head on a swivel, everyone.
So now we know that Rapi didn't exactly have the most heroic conversion to Nikke. As the 10 mass-produced Nikke walk along, that's a full squad in Warhammer 40k. A full squad of Space Marines is 10. Not a word is spoken for a while until...
Hey! Hey, newbie!
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, you! You became a Nikke today? Is this your first operation?
Are you planning on engaging in conversation?
I guess?
Conversation is prohibited while engaged in an operation.
Did you hear that, leader?
If you've got the energy and the inclination, go for it. Just keep it down.
You hear that?
Am I to understand that we should engage in a conversation now?
So the higher ranking you are as a like that, you can tell who's higher ranking because they don't look like color swaps.
Yes.
Very well. I will proceed in a dialogue with you.
So, how does it feel to become a Nikke?
I'm not sure yet.
I really like it.
Hmm?
I became a Nikke today, too. Since I'm being deployed at the same time as you, I guess you could say we're twins in a sense.
Today is your first day as a Nikke?
Yeah.
I thought you had been one for some time.
Me too. I've met a few cheeky Nikkes in my time, but none quite like you.
You're too kind, squad leader.
Keep it down, will you? If a rapture hears us, we're dead meat.
Roger.
Imagine having a squad of 10 and like any quantity of raptures would like own you.
I look forward to working with you. What's your name?
RR15436.
No, I mean your real name. Do you remember? I'm Sarah.
I'm Rapi.
Hey, let's try and be comfortable around each other, okay? After all, we're twins.
Very well.
Talk about looking at the bright side of the situation.
That didn't sound terribly comfortable.
All right.
That's better. Then, to commemorate our new friendship, how about we get a drink once the operation wraps up?
I can't drink.
What do you mean? All you've got to do is take a sip of something and swallow. Easy. I'm counting you in. How about you, squad leader?
It has been a while for me. All right, fine.
All right, that makes 3. How about we make this a squad-wide gathering?
Don't do it, Rafi. You need to understand that like you're all like disposable. Like you just need to be like you're all just weapons. Like don't bother getting attached to these people. Like, you'd be a fool to do so.
Fine, fine. But don't expect any fancy cocktails or hors d'oeuvres.
That's how you spell hors d'oeuvres? I guess I never thought about how you spell hors d'oeuvres.
Of course. A simple gathering is more than enough for me.
Sarah slowly approaches Rapi and whispers.
To be honest, I've never drunk before either. When I was human, I was allergic to alcohol, so I couldn't drink. But now that we're Nikkes and none of that matters, this is the perfect chance to try.
You've never drunk before?
Rapi, neither of you. Shut up.
Nope.
Why are you so intent on trying something you know nothing about?
It's not every day you get to be reborn. So I figured I might as well try out some new things. How did you become a Nikke anyway?
I got shot.
Where? In the Ark?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what did you do to end up getting shot? Were you the daughter of a grizzled crime boss or something?
I got caught up in a protest.
Oh, that's a shame. Aren't you going to ask me?
Wait, what happened to all of her money? Did they just like freeze her bank account? But oh yeah, you know, about that money grant.
Ask you what?
Why I became a Nikke.
Why would I ask you that?
So that we can get to know each other.
Why do we need to know each other?
Leader, there's a squad member over here who isn't a team player.
I'll leave it to you to educate her as needed.
Roger. Oh boy, we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. First,
I want to hear about what kind of person you were as a human.
Okay, I'm kind of with Rampy on this one. Like, this broad is overly enthusiastic.
FYI, I'm pretty darn persistent, so trying to avoid me won't do you any good. I propose a toast.
I don't have the energy to make any speeches. Let's just drink.
Come on. We all made it out alive, didn't we? That's more than we could have hoped for, so we ought to celebrate.
You mean the cargo carrying mission? Congratulations, you carried the cargo.
Huh?
Don't people usually get killed when they go to the surface? We all made it out unscathed, so that calls for a toast, if you ask me.
Fine, do it.
The squad 0910F sits around the table with cheap drinks and snacks, chattering noisily amongst themselves. The atmosphere is a celebratory one in light of their mission being a success. You carry that cargo. I shouldn't complain, considering that that's all I do in the games I play is carry cargo as well. In the midst of the commotion, Rapi quietly sips her drink without saying a word.
This tastes strange.
Rapi,
It's because they're drinking Jack Daniels.
you are a real crack shot out there. You look like those illustrations they've got in the instruction manuals. Pew, pew, pew. Were you some kind of assassin when you were human?
No,
Then how come you're so good at shooting?
I'm not sure.
Right. I guess it's possible you're just a natural. What did you do when you were human, anyway?
What do you mean by that?
You know, what were your hobbies, dreams, aspirations, stuff like that?
I didn't have anything. Nothing.
You're so exciting, Rampy.
No hobbies?
No.
No favorite food?
None.
No turn-ons or turn-offs?
Negative.
I see what's happening here. You're the type who builds up walls and doesn't warm up easily to people. Well, you better brace yourself, because you'll find I don't give up easily.
Uh-oh. Sarah suddenly slumps forward, her head slamming on the table as she falls asleep. Well, it looks like she doesn't have to worry about it. The siege has ended.
Wow. That's my first time seeing someone pass out after drinking half a cup of booze. One of you barely makes a sound, and the other makes such a racket I could tear my hair out. Talk about a real pair of oddballs.
There's no way this is gonna end well. Like, there's no way this ends well.
I don't have one.
Then how about red? I think it suits you.
If you say so.
Rapi, do you have any aspirations or anything like that?
I'm not sure.
Well, as for me, I'd like to... actually, I'm not going to say.
Oh my.
Until you give me an answer, I won't tell you anything about
I don't know if she's going to care.
If you want to hear my story, then you've gotta give me a proper answer. Got it? I'm telling you, you better bust out the tissues, because my story is a real tearjerker. Dang, that was tough. Did you ever travel around when you were a human?
No,
Is there anywhere you want to go?
not sure. I don't know.
Come on. You're telling me there isn't a single place you're interested in going?
Let me tell you something. I feel like I'm in the Discord. In my Discord, I get people who basically have nothing to say, and I'm just like sitting there racking my brain, trying to come up with conversational subjects to like talk to people. It's like, oh man. I know it's not Rappy's fault in this case, but I'm like, oh.
I don't know.
Hey, Rapi.
Yeah?
I'm tired of waiting. By the time you end up giving me an answer, I'll have forgotten my entire story. When we get back, I'm gonna end up talking about myself all night, so be sure to clean out your ears beforehand. Oh, and have plenty of snacks and drinks prepared.
Ironic.
Just no alcohol, okay?
Okay.
No sleep for you tonight.
All clear. Come in, squad leader. All raptures have been eliminated. Awaiting further instructions.
Oh, it wasn't a cargo carrying mission for a change.
Waiting for your order. Please issue a command.
Rapi looks around. Nikke bodies lie scattered everywhere. They are all dead. Rapi moves slowly in search of any survivors. The squad leader's entire upper half is gone. 2 Nikkes have been decapitated. Rapi glances at the other bodies lying on the ground. Sarah is nowhere to be seen amongst them. Rapi stands in front of the 2 Nikkes without heads.
Sarah, I was a sickly person. From the day I was born, I never stepped beyond the walls of the hospital. It was my entire world. The day I was finally cured, I was unceremoniously thrust into the world. That's when I was killed. So I don't know anything. I don't know what kind of person I was. I don't know what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. I wanted to answer all of your questions. But there's nothing else I could have said to you other than that. I wanted to know about your story. I was always curious about how other people lived their lives. But I don't even know what kind of questions to ask. I'm sad.
I think that was the Cursed Damaku says he might be one of those people. Okay, I'll be honest, Damaku. When you first joined, you are not the best conversationalist. You have certainly improved quite a bit, though. Is there room for improvement? Certainly. But I would say that the time you've spent in the Discord has definitely helped. Rapi stands in front of the vending machine. She enters her name. RR15436 is very catchy. A bar of Splendiman comes out with a thunk. She picks it up and heads to an empty seat in the cafeteria. Voices can be heard all around her.
Is that her? Yeah, that's her. I saw her name when she entered it in the vending machine. RR15436.
Isn't she the one who brought back the head?
Yeah.
And she still got an appetite after that? Incredible.
Apparently she brought back 3 heads, not just 1.
Wasn't it 5?
I don't know. I heard 3.
Should we ask?
Let's go. I think she's alone.
Rapi takes a bite of the Splendiman bar. She swallows it roughly and is about to take another bite when 2 MP Nikkes sit across from her.
You're RR15436, right?
That's right.
Were you in Squad 0910F?
Yes.
I heard they were all wiped out during an operation. Well, I guess not entirely wiped out, considering you're still alive.
Anyway, I heard you brought back a few severed heads. Was it 5 or 3?
3.
Wow. So the stories are actually true? Amazing. But why do you do that?
Nikkes can survive and be regenerated as long as their brains are intact.
So you cut your squad mates' heads off and brought them in? And you've still got an appetite after all that grisly business?
I failed to see the correlation between the two.
Oh, well, it's just... There you are, yucking it up with your squad mates one moment, and the next you're cutting off their heads.
Okay, but that would be kind of creepy. Like, oh, I need to like save my pals. Like, I just need, let me get chopping real quick. Does Rapi even carry a knife? Like, what would she use to chop? Did she just like rip their fucking heads off like it's Mortal Kombat?
Yet you seem completely unaffected.
I simply felt the best outcome would be for them to be brought back to life.
But you don't feel unsettled in any way?
Not at all.
Eesh. Personally, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
I heard you got some kind of medal.
Yes, I did.
That's it? Just a crummy medal?
They also said I could join any squad of my choice. I received some credits as well.
Credits?
She got like cash bounty on people's heads. She's playing World of Warcraft now.
How much?
20 million.
20 million? What? Why does she always have so much money?
I still find it hard to believe. Did you really bring back 3 heads?
Yes.
So, you're telling me there you are, the only one left standing. You take the heads of your 3 squad mates,
Are you saying that, oh, did you murder them and sell their heads for money?
stuff them in a brain shelter, then traverse the surface on your own, mind you, for an entire week before arriving at the Ark?
That's right.
And you didn't run into any raptures on the way?
I attempted to avoid combat as much as possible, but I ended up in 12 separate engagements.
And you defeated them all? By yourself?
Yes.
I know what you're doing. I don't care how desperate you are for attention. You should know better than that.
I don't understand what you mean.
If you're gonna lie, you could at least try and make it more believable.
I'm not making anything up.
Be honest. You butchered your squad members before going on the operation.
Oh, I called it. I did it.
And you left 3 alive so you could take their heads with you. You did it all so you could get that goofy medal. Hey, what's gotten into you? Doesn't this all seem awfully suspicious to you?
I mean, it is a little suspicious, but I think that's going a little too far. I was just joking.
If she wants to make up stories, fine. But she's making herself out to be some kind of goddess. What a load of crap. If you want to be a hero, do it the right way. Don't resort to dirty tricks. What if she's telling the truth? How does that make any sense? Don't you find this even the slightest bit bizarre? I mean, it does seem far-fetched. You see? I'm telling you, she's lying through her teeth.
I'm not lying to you.
Of course you are! Without any proof, there's nothing I can do. I just feel terrible for those innocent Nikkes who died by your hand. Do you remember their faces? Their names? Do you remember what kind of people they were?
Rapi doesn't know how to respond to this situation. That's fair. I think most people would be like, yep, time to get the fuck up out of this bitch. She has never been taught, and there is no protocol in her nymph for a scenario such as this. So she decides to follow her instincts.
My tooth! Hey, are you crazy? She's crazy. Instructor!
Yamato Nikke confirmed. Like, this bitch is crazy. Like, the commander is like, okay, we might be getting a little bit out of hand here.
As far as I can remember, that was the first time I have ever acted on my own accord.
I mean, are Anise and Neon really surprised, or are they really just out of snacks?
A memorable day, sure. But one marred by violence. So, what happened next?
Fights between Nikkes weren't as common back then as they are now.
It's common for Nikkes to fight today?
So, I was sent to the rehabilitation center.
Oh, you're a criminal.
The rehabilitation center? Oh, man.
What a criminal. Like, Rapi's a hard criminal. They are not heartless machines. They are our friends, and we must work with them for a better future. With Nikke. This ad is brought to you by Tetra Line. Rapi stares blankly at the TV hanging on the wall in the corridor beyond the bars. Meme says they fight over the command. Okay, that's true. That's true. I won't contest that. Rather than feeling guilty for striking someone, she feels elated for having had the will of her own and acting on it for the first time. You slapped the taste out of that bitch.
As well.
Hey, be quiet.
Wait, is this her new squad?
Rio. They always show it right after that ad, so hush up.
Thrilling music plays from the TV. Rapi turns her gaze back to the screen. A woman in a flashy outfit dances and sings with a wide smile. After about 20 seconds of her routine, the woman disappears and an ad for a vitamin supplement begins to play. That's what we're waiting for? Vitamin supplements? Rapi turns her attention to the Nikke who had spoken earlier.
You seem to be a big fan of Pretty.
She's the best. She gives me strength.
Wait, did they just give these mass production models additional facial expressions? Like, that's high budget right there. These stupid mass production models have had the same facial expressions for ages. Oh, I didn't read that part. Log. Rapi continues to stare at Rio, unable to take her eyes off her expression. Her entire face is beaming with joy and excitement.
What are you looking at? You aiming to end your life early?
Rio, please. If we cause trouble here, who knows what will happen to us?
I don't understand. Do I die if I look at you?
You're about to if you keep looking at me like that.
What precise sequence of events would lead to such an outcome?
Rapi, she acts like she has autism.
1, you keep staring at me. 2, I get pissed off. 3, I beat you to death.
I don't follow the progression from 1 to 2.
Keep staring, and you'll find out real quick.
Hey, I'm sorry about her.
You gonna keep eyeballing me?
I mean, doesn't Rapi have like a visor on? Like, how does she know who she's looking at?
Yes, since I want to understand.
All right, fine. Allow me to make it crystal clear for you.
Rio bum rushes Rapi. Rapi instinctively punches Rio on the chin, and she falls to the ground with a heavy thud.
I still don't understand. Is there anything I am missing?
I won't forget this.
Rio! Rio? Oh my. She's fainted. You're pretty good. What's your name? I'm Wendy. Rio was the one passed out on the floor.
I am RR15436.
Charming. Wendy silently looks at Rapi with a faint smile. A smile Rapi can't fully make sense of.
I'm Rapi.
Okay. Rapi. Nice to meet you. We're all mass-produced Nikkes here, so we're free to speak casually.
I like how she's like, oh, I'm just carrying my my medical supplies around in jail. You know, no big deal. You know, just in case someone gets a boo-boo. Not Rio, though. I'm not going to share any with her.
What did you do to get in here?
I see you're not one for small talk.
Do you have any hobbies? Where would you most like to go? What are your aspirations?
Oh, she's copying Sarah.
I must say that I'm not used to such a direct approach. It's caught me off guard a little.
It's like Rapi's like initiating conversation protocols.
How about you?
Me?
Yeah. Shouldn't you start by telling us your story first?
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'm afraid there's no deal.
I truly don't have anything to say.
Huh?
I have no hobbies. There is nowhere I wish to go. No aspirations. I have nothing.
Was your memory wiped?
No. I simply have nothing to recall.
Come now, that's impossible. Every person has at least got some memorable things to remember.
I am no longer a person. I am a Nikke.
You're funny. At least it looks like I won't be bored in here.
Why won't you be bored? Is there something interesting in this place?
There certainly is. I'm looking right at her.
This can't go well either.
No, you're supposed to say you're okay during moments like that.
But I'm not, so why would I say I am?
It's a matter of politeness, a social courtesy. Just keep that in mind, okay?
Okay.
Pop quiz. Someone steps on your foot. What do you say to them?
You punch them across the face for like offending you.
You got a death wish or something, punk?
I see Rio's been teaching you more inappropriate phrases. You should say, "It's okay."
Okay, again?
It really is a magic word. It makes you out to be the bigger person, which causes the other person to think about what they've done.
It's a way to defend yourself while also attacking.
Why is it necessary to defend and attack during a conversation?
Don't you know anything about Sun Tzu? When you are weak, you must present yourself as strong. And when you are strong, you must present yourself as weak.
Ugh, this is so frustrating. Where does someone this clueless even come from?
Does your chin still hurt?
Of course it does. I'm letting it slide because you apparently didn't know any better, but if you'd done it intentionally, you'd be 6 feet under by now.
6 feet under? What does that mean?
Dead. In the ground. Buried.
But why?
Ugh, you're driving me crazy! Wendy, I've got a proposition.
What is it?
We toss her out into the open and have her figure it out on her own. She'll either get beaten up or cursed out, and she'll have to learn the hard way.
That may be true, but there are 3 reasons why I'm using the current approach.
What are they?
1, we have a lot of time to kill here at the rehabilitation center. 2, with this new information, Rapi might go on to teach other people who are clueless like she once was.
How does that help us?
She's useful for us as well. An opportunity to impress yourself upon another isn't easy to come by as a Nikke.
I see, we've got a Wendy as the strategic one.
3,
What did you do to get down here?
it's fun.
Yeah, fun. Oh, it's time for the ad.
Everyone's attention turns to the TV in the hallway.
Everyone be quiet.
They are not heartless machines. They are our friend, whom we must work towards a better future with Nikke. This ad is brought to you by Tetraline.
Here comes Pretty.
Quiet!
All right.
Rio stares at Pretty dancing and singing on the TV, mesmerized. After the ad ends, she seems to savor the lingering emotions it stirs within her.
Rio,
Yeah?
are you into Pretty?
What do you mean?
Huh?
You have the same look on your face as when you have a special meal. You always want it all to yourself.
Well, I guess there's a bit of overlap. If only because there's that feeling of desire. However, to be exact, it's more like envy.
What are you envious of?
Oh, the way she sings and dances. How all eyes are on her. Not to mention how gorgeous she is. I want to be like that, but I can't. Here you go, envy.
I like how even the criminals in, like, the arc are, like, educated.
Why can't you be like that?
Are you seriously asking me that? Look at me. Use your brain for just a moment.
You and Pretty are both Nikkes. You're both Nikkes, so why can't you be like her?
Is there anyone you want to be like?
No.
Of course not. You will eventually, way down the line, I guarantee it. Then you'll understand what I mean. Wanting to become something is one thing. Actually becoming it is a different story.
I'm not sure I understand.
You are exhausting, you know that? I'm going to sleep. Today's lesson ends here.
Well, at least we're plowing through the story now. No interruptions. Clank! The clanging of the iron door closing echoes through the hallway. Rapi stares at the entrance to the rehabilitation center. She finds the mental exercises and forced labor at the center far from enjoyable.
I should never have come here.
Hey.
Rapi. I was waiting for you.
Let's go.
Where?
You haven't decided on a squad yet, right?
Not yet.
Come with us. Join our squad.
Why?
For crying out loud, just come. Why do you always have to ask questions?
That's just how she is.
You're right. We want you to come with us because we feel sorry for you. And there's still a lot to teach you. So, stop talking back and just come. Our squad has its own unique name instead of a serial number. I've already brought you up to the squad leader, so hurry.
The squad has a name?
Yeah. Most squads go by serial numbers, but those that are a cut above the rest have actual names.
So even though they were in the detention center, they're going to get like a special squad name?
Ours is Skullhead. Ever heard of it?
Skullhead.
No.
Very edgy.
Look it up. We're quite famous.
All I see are articles about you being involved in violent incidents.
There are only recent articles. Look up some older ones.
Who cares about what articles have to say anyway? Are you coming or not? For your information, our squad specializes in combat. We operate differently from transporting or mining squads.
Don't you want to go back to like your old role, Rapi? Just carrying trash around for people? These surface garbage women?
You can fight, can't you? That's why you got that medal?
A combat squad?
Mass-produced Nikke squads are divided into 3 main types. First are those which secure resources on the surface.
This is interesting. This is new lore.
They go up to the surface, locate resources, and transport them back to the Ark. The conditions they have to work in are far from ideal. The mortality rate is high.
So they're playing 7 days to die?
And that's what your previous squad was, right?
Yes.
The second is Ark defense. They stay in the Ark and maintain law and order.
That seems like a comfortable job.
At least, that's what they tell us. In reality, the Nikkes are little more than cannon fodder and emotional punching.
I take it back.
And the third is combat units. That's what Skullhead is. They either overhaul key facilities on the surface, or proceed to specific areas to exterminate raptures. They're the creme de la creme of the 3 types. The mortality rate is the highest, but so is the glory.
What is the glory good for though? Like, do you get to like spend glory?
Even though Nikkes were heavily criticized for their disappointing performance in the Surface Reclamation War, the Goddess Fall incident and the With Nikke campaign promoted by Mustang, the CEO of Tetraline,
So those are the advertisements that we're playing?
have allowed us to regain some of our former glory. The treatment we received has improved by leaps and bounds, so it's a coveted role for any mass-produced Nikke.
You know, we still haven't learned why Rhea or Wendy were in the slammer.
Not for me.
We know you don't desire anything, but in extreme environments where life and death hang in the balance, anything can happen. I'm saying that there's a high chance you'll find something you want.
Besides, it's not like you have anything else going on, do you?
I don't.
Then join us, why don't you? Wouldn't it be better to stay with us rather than rub strangers the wrong way?
I don't rub people the wrong way.
You're doing it right now.
I'll come with you. What do I have to do?
She's so hard to convince.
Rapi, stop them! Don't let them through!
Roger.
Rio, are you okay?
They blew up one of my legs.
Hold on, I'm coming! Rapi, cover me!
Roger. I'll keep an eye on the Rapture heading in that direction.
Much appreciated.
What lovely reassurance.
We raised a good student.
Phew. We nearly brought the farm back there.
You said the same thing yesterday.
All joking aside, raptures these days are no joke.
So they got released from the rehabilitation center. You know, we don't know how long they were there, but they were released from rehab, and now they've been formed into like a surface sortie unit, and I guess this is the reference that the Raptors, despite being machines, evolve.
They're getting stronger and faster.
That's true. It might not be possible to beat them with our current weapons before long.
Are the Raptures evolving?
Oh, what do you know?
What kind of crackpot theory is that? How could a bucket of bolts like those things evolve?
Ordinarily, I'd agree with you. But I think at this point, it's undeniable. I'm not sure if evolution is the right term. But they're absolutely getting stronger.
If you're all done with maintenance, we're moving on to the next operation area.
Oh, we got a commander. That isn't us or Johan.
I'm not done yet. I'm still putting my leg back together.
Hurry it up. For crying out loud. If we're late, it's your fault.
No, that would be your fault, you jackass. Not mine.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Uh-oh.
Hurry up. We need to get a move on.
Yeah.
The new commander exchanges a few nervous glances before leaving. Apparently, the academy propaganda didn't set in enough for him.
It's people like him that are causing us to go through such a rough patch.
I can't deny that. The switch from having our own squad leader to a human commander
Oh, interesting. New lore.
has muddled the chain of command and resulted in more casualties.
How long has it been?
2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks have passed and we've already gone through 3 commanders?
Damn, they got fucking wasted.
Correct.
Is this only happening to us?
No, it's the same everywhere else.
What a load of crap this is.
I agree with you there.
I wonder what the justification was. Maybe they'll describe it.
With that being said, I think they'll be doing away with the commander system soon enough. The fatality rate amongst the commanders is so high that there won't be many officers left in the Ark before long.
These higher-ups don't have the slightest clue what they're doing. Okay, at one point in time, there was a legendary commander who was absolutely incredible. But how many times do we have to keep failing before they get it through their skulls that this system doesn't work?
I mean, admittedly, everybody dies on the surface.
How long are they gonna keep trying to ram these commanders down our throats? If they're so desperate for qualified commanders, why don't they build some kind of military academy?
So they don't have an academy yet?
These are just rumors, but there is apparently a squad with a human commander who is performing extraordinarily well.
That must be
I
Johan.
believe he's called New Hope.
Oh my god, why am I so good at this?
He's the reason the higher-ups continue to enforce this commander system.
Oh, I see. So they're basically using natural selection to try to find, like, the next Johan.
That's not the only thing they're experimenting with. They're also trying out all manner of different engagement tactics in different locations.
Why would they be doing that?
The answer lies in another rumor that's been going around.
Do you always spend your entire day gossiping?
I heard the central government is preparing for a second offensive to reclaim the surface.
What?
One 100 times larger in scale than the first offensive.
Oh boy.
Did you say 100?
Again, it's just a rumor at this point, but I do think it's possible. That would explain why they are experimenting with different tactics. If they're preparing for all-out war, they'd want to collect as much practical data as possible.
Imagine being like the test dummies. Like, oh, you just go up there and, just do some things. Who knows what's going to happen, but the data will be useful for when the real fight begins.
War?
Hey, hurry up and move.
Yeah, we're going. I hope that punk gets what he deserves out there.
Don't joke about that kind of thing.
Who says I'm joking?
I understand why you feel that way.
Let's get this over with and head back. There's a concert tomorrow, so I've got plans lined up from morning onwards.
Pretty?
You bet.
I heard she was in a bit of a creative slump. Is she back?
What are you talking about? She was never in a slump.
Right. My apologies.
So pretty is like the noise or like the volume before they were a thing.
You guys want to come? I heard entry is free.
No thanks.
I'm also not interested.
You guys are boring.
The next day, Nikke dormitory. Rapi examines her equipment prior to being deployed. Wendy lies on the bed, playing with her phone.
Are you getting ready already?
Yes.
How come you're always so on top of things?
It's easier this way.
How long has it been since you joined us, Rapi?
3 years.
3 years!
That long? Time really flies. It's been a while since I've asked you, but have you discovered what it is you want to do?
No, not yet.
I see.
Well,
I should start getting ready.
Wendy suddenly bolts upright, leaping off the bed with startling speed.
Rapi! Rapi!
What?
Have you read the Arc Daily today?
No, not yet. What is it?
Pretty. He's dead.
Damn.
She was murdered by a Nikke phobia in the middle of her comeback concert.
Damn, imagine getting, like, wasted in the middle of a concert. And what could they do? What could they do to kill her? They must have used an extremely powerful weapon.
What about Rio?
I'll contact her. The last message I got from her was that she'd arrived at the concert.
I'm here.
Rio!
What's wrong?
Are you okay?
What do you mean?
Pretty, she...
Oh, that. I'm okay. Too bad about her dying.
And they say, like, Rapi is someone who, like, doesn't react with emotion to things.
She died so easily. It was hard to believe she was even a Nikke.
Rio?
Oh, Rapi.
Yes?
It's been a while since I gave you a lesson. Here's one more thing.
Yes?
There's no point in trying so hard. None of it matters when you die. You can strive to be the best in life, inspire countless people, and give them hope. And it all amounts to nothing in the end. Life is meaningless.
Breaking out the nihilism.
It doesn't matter how hard you try. If some crazy person intent on ending your life comes after you, it's all over in an instant. So what's the point? No need to put so much effort into living.
Rio.
No matter how much you strive to achieve, how brightly you shine, how beautiful you are, all someone has to do is lift a finger, and your life ceases to exist.
Assuming they actually hit you, considering Donald Trump managed to survive.
So don't bother trying. It's all meaningless.
I see, so it did affect her, just not in a immediately obvious way. Wendy approaches Rio and embraces her.
Sorry, Rio.
What's wrong? I'm okay.
You're clearly not okay, Rio.
It's all so meaningless. What's the point of living? Why did Pretty work so hard to achieve everything she did? All it did was get her killed.
That's not true. I didn't know Pretty personally, but I'm sure the reason she worked as hard as she did was because she was striving towards something.
But we'll never find out what that something was. It's not like she'll ever get there anyway. Not anymore. It's better to give up on any dreams or aspirations you have. It all amounts to nothing when you're gone.
That is the complete opposite of Leader's perspective. A few days later.
Rio, did you want to become like Pretty?
No. I wanted to become a pop star like her, yes, but not Pretty specifically. What? Is that so hard to believe?
So, it was more than just liking her music, huh?
Okay, so I dreamed of becoming like her. Is that not allowed? Even though I never made any concrete steps toward that dream, it all ended so suddenly anyway. A dream that died before it even began.
Rapi.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Skullhead is definitely better than our first squad, considering they've been doing this for 3 years. So, you know, I guess I guess they weren't full of crap. I was thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, how good can you guys actually be? But they've been alive for 3 years. That's pretty good. Rapi hands Rio an envelope with extravagant patterning.
What's this?
It's a ticket to partake in an audition to be the next Tetra pop star.
What?
Rapi and I had to pull some serious strings in order to get that.
But these are so sought after. You can't even pay for them.
Everything has a price.
We found a way to purchase it.
How much did you pay?
In a situation like this, I think it would be better for you to simply say thank you rather than ask how much.
I can't do this. I haven't even practiced, let alone gotten into the right headspace. I don't have any outfits, and...
Well, you can start now. The audition is in 3 months.
Oh, thank God. I'm like, it better not be tomorrow.
I'll be rooting for you. I want you to show me that hard work pays off. I'm sure you will learn a lot.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Think of this as being like one of the lessons we gave Rapi. Now, go get him.
Okay.
This reminds me of, okay, there's a saying, to break a leg. I never understood the meaning of it, but then someone explained it to me. The reason why when you go out for an audition, you need to break a leg, because if somebody breaks a leg, what happens is that they wind up being in a cast. So it's a play on words, that breaking a leg would mean that you succeed at the audition and wind up in the cast. I mean, I don't know. It just came to mind.
I'll try my best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rio continuously hums a song by Pretty throughout her mission. Despite multiple warnings by the new commander to stay quiet, Rio pays him no mind and continues humming. These commanders are not good at their job. Even when he begins harassing her, Rio shrugs off the remarks and continues undeterred. That night, Rio, her eyes crimson red, fires upon her squadmates as she hums Pretty's song. Oh, man. Yeah, looks like I was right to be concerned about it. That's why she was going through repetitive motions. After Wendy is forced to shoot down Rio, she smiles briefly and then turns the gun on herself. The gunshots draw nearby raptures and a battle breaks out. Oh, minus the squad members, so rip Commander. The commander dies. Oh, man, I'm so good at guessing these things. The commander dies in the skirmish, and only 2 members of the squad are left standing. Rapi and the other survivor return to the Ark. Rapi is put on standby after a routine checkup. There is no warning on the new news cautioning the public against fake Tetra Nikke edition tickets, which are circulating. Wait, well, let me reread that. There is a warning on the news cautioning the public against fake Tetra Nikke audition tickets, which are circulating. Wow. So it looks like Rio's nihilism is about to get laid hard.
No.
The Skullhead Squad is disbanded due to the members being killed in action. Rapi begins to understand what Rio meant by life being meaningless. Rapi looks at the mirror. In her reflection, she sees the same expression Rio has shown on the day Pretty died. She feels empty. Well, this is not going very well for Rapi. Minus 1,000 DKP. Minus 1,000 DK because you didn't know what the fuck to do. Time passes. Rapi continues to carry out her mission as part of an unnamed combat squad. Man, so she's been demoted back to like combat squad like 0596. Before she knows it, all the squad members except her are replaced. Either due to being killed or by going mad. This process repeats itself several times. There were many who had hopes and dreams of something better. But they all died before they had a chance to realize those dreams. No one was immune to corruption, and none could overcome it. Rapi couldn't remember how many lives she had to end, their eyes burning red as they repeated the same words over and over again. So, like, it's interesting that this is just now cropping up. Like, is this like the, the Raptures had not deployed corruption as a weapon until, like, recently, I suppose? The Mind Switch is a horrifying spectacle. Their victims' personalities transformed in an instant, and any relationships and bonds they might have had disintegrate instantaneously. Innumerable Nikkes lost their lives in a flash. They were lost to raptures, to the environment, to humans, to other Nikkes. Their lives seemed so fleeting and fragile, devoid of meaning. All Rapi wished for was for it to be over. For these aimless, purposeless days to end. Time passes. The Ark is starting to bustle with activity. Okay, so this must be the set. Okay, here we go. Guaranteed to succeed. Very confident.
It will be conducted on a scale 100 times larger than the first.
So if we're still in the second invasion, then, you know, maybe he's not wrong, because it's not over until the Fat Lady sings.
The New Hope, a legendary commander in the making, Johan, will lead the war effort.
Oh, wow, so this is still back in the day.
The technology of Elysion, Bacillus, and Tetra is cutting edge. All the particles which disrupt Rapture communications have been dispersed through the surface. Humanity has no reason to lose. Victory is ours. We are going up to the surface. We will reclaim our homeland.
The second surface reclamation war.
So this is after Cinderella. I mean, I guess technically they have a kill counter, if the kill counter algorithm is to be believed. With everything and everyone on the line, the second surface reclamation war is officially declared. The arc is more lively than ever before, with many people whipped into a fervor. So does that mean we're gonna, like, lose even more money and go into an even more severe financial depression than last time? The word hope echoes at every corner, repeated incessantly. Rapi understands the emptiness that came with the word. But at the same time, gazing upon a world whose inhabitants were filled with such hope, she couldn't help but cling to a little bit. Perhaps she, too, might come to share in that hope that they all had. 2 years after the start of the second surface reclamation war. Oh, so this one's actually going for a while. You know, they are not getting owned immediately. As soon as the elevator doors open upon reaching the surface, more than half of Rapi's squad mates are quickly killed in a rapture attack. Also, I guess now we know that this was the invention of alpha particles as basically an electronic weapon. Rapi continues to move forwards with the remaining squad mates. So I wonder if that's what a decoy does. Because, you know, when you have to rest on the surface, especially overnight, usually you deploy decoys. I'm guessing those decoys are alpha particle generators. While on the move, the squad was ambushed by raptures, and most of Rapi's squad mates were killed along with the commander. Rapi continues to move forward with the remaining squad mates.
Wait.
Oh, we got another color swap here. She's number 4. So Rapi was number 2. Sarah was number 3. You could see it, like, on their chest. They have, like, a number there. Or, yeah, right on their sternum. You see it, the 2 and the 4. So now we got number 4.
What's wrong?
Where are we going? Why don't we go back to the Ark? What good can we do out here? There are only 4 of us.
We have to join up with the others and resume the operation.
What good will the 4 of us joining up do?
We can still be of help. We need to go.
This fight was already lost before it began. It's been 2 years, and we haven't taken back a single meter of land.
That is true. In the beginning of the story, you're told that for every square mile you take, you lose another square mile.
If they think they can reclaim the surface, they're delusional. This is a suicide mission. Do you have any idea what the survival rate has been for Nikke's during this war?
Isn't it like 80%?
8%.
Oh, God. Or 80%. So, as in 20%, 80% of people die. So now it has been demoted from 80% to 92% casualty rates.
Everyone else is going to be slaughtered. This is my 4th time on the surface, and I've been lucky to come out alive each time.
8%. It's not good odds.
But things have really gone south this time.
Wait, let's do the math. So, calculator. 1 divided by 0.92. Yep, so that means the amount of times you would be needed to be deployed onto the surface to die is 1.08 times is the amount of times that you would be expected to die immediately. In other words,
you ought to know this stuff too. It doesn't seem like this is your first time up here.
I'm aware. Yes.
How many times have you been up here?
If you're referring to during the second surface reclamation war, this is my 27th time.
27th? You're lying.
I don't lie.
What's your name, by the way?
Rapi.
Oh, she's given up on the serial code.
Rapi?
Do you know me?
Oh God! It's the Grim Reaper!
Grim Reaper?
If I stay with you, I'm as good as dead.
Everyone who goes with you dies. Just saying the name Rapi is akin to a death sentence. I said it again! No, I don't want to die. I'm not going to die. Am I? Someone save me, please!
I didn't kill anyone.
I know, but... Oh, you really didn't kill them?
No.
I don't believe...
I mean, she really hasn't escaped that whole decapitation incident, has she? Where did her money go? She had 20... Did the Ark freeze her assets and, like, take her money again?
Artillery fire. Everyone, brace for impact.
Rapi looks around, but no one is left. Rapi looks in the direction the fire came from. Several raptures are approaching in a cacophony of noise.
I'm the only one.
Meme says, inflation from the war turned that 27 million into debt. Hey, okay, we can't blame Rapi here. If she had taken that 20 million and, like, invested it in, like, Dogecoin, she probably could have become, like, she could have become Talentum before Talentum.
I'm sick of this.
Rapi aims her weapon at the raptures.
Only one rapture remaining. I don't have much ammunition left. I need to aim for the core, but I don't have enough ammo to create an opening.
Just then, the rapture turns its head and fires a beam cannon off to the side.
What? Why is it doing that?
Rapi immediately dashes out from behind her cover, not leaving herself any time to think. She takes off running towards the rapture, which turns back to her but is promptly assaulted by a hail of gunfire to its core. I hate the way they do their... okay, in the West, it's rat-a-tat-tat. That's our sound effect for shooting. The rapture's core loses its light and goes silent. Rapi catches her breath and looks in the direction where the rapture fired its beam. Someone is approaching. Oh, shit! Oh, notice how they're drawing Rapi in grayscale here. That's like... So they seem to use being underwater and grayscale as, like, symbolism in the game repeatedly. They are dressed from head to toe in red. The star of the show is finally here. This is the moment. It's like, that's what we're waiting for. Woo! That's what we're waiting for, boys! Rapi could tell that the approaching figure was a Nikke. The red figure stops in front of Rapi.
Nikke, aren't you?
That's okay, I'll admit, I haven't heard Red Hood's voice in a long time because she doesn't speak in the story too frequently. Rapi nods her head.
I haven't seen you before. Oh. I'm sure I look like an insane person right now. Could you, by any chance, tell me what year it is?
Something about this doesn't feel right. Oh man, all of the education from Rio and Wendy is gonna be handy. But the Nikke before her seems to be in genuine distress, so Rapi shows her phone screen. The red Nikke stares at the date for a long time.
It's been 30 years? You. Let me talk to you for a moment. What should I call you?
Rapi wordlessly takes out her label.
Mass-produced Nikke RR15436. That's your name?
Charming, isn't it? Rapi nods her head.
Don't you have a proper name?
Mass-produced Nikkes like myself don't have names.
Don't lie to me. You must have a name. I'm Red Hood.
Is that your real name?
Well, yeah. So, what's yours?
Rapi. My name is Rapi.
Okay, so that would have been the end of Chapter 1. A good way to end Chapter 1. Like, this is the moment, this is what we wanted to see. Like, we wanted to see how Rapi met Red Hood. You gonna load my shit up, game? How dare you, game?
Okay,
Oh.
let me make sure I'm getting all this.
I was just about to, like, Alt F4. I thought my game just got corrupted by raptures.
It's been over 30 years since humanity moved into the Ark. Inside there, they prepared for a counterattack. But the first surface reclamation war ended in complete disaster. After that, they went back to the drawing board and began the second surface reclamation war.
Rapi probably has no idea who she's talking to.
Unfortunately, it's been 2 years since then, and we're getting our butts handed to us. Did I get everything?
That's right.
What are you doing up here?
I must meet with another squad at the designated rendezvous point. I've been trying to make contact with them, but it has proven difficult because of the alpha particles.
What the heck are alpha particles?
They are molecules which can disrupt Rapture communication systems.
But it works for everyone's communication systems.
They've been scattered all over the surface.
I thought you said they disrupt Rapture's communication systems. Why aren't yours working?
The alpha particles also seem to adversely affect the Ark's communication systems.
So it's just jamming for everyone.
Raptures have also gone on to build their own communication network, which is unaffected by alpha particles.
Oh, so they're useless.
Bummer.
Who are you?
Me? I'm Red Hood.
I know your name. You told me. Please state your squad affiliation and your reason for being here.
Do I really need to get into all of this? Fine, I'll tell you, but keep your hat on. I'm from the Goddess Squad.
So you are Red Hood, a member of the Goddess Squad, and when you came to, 30 years had passed. Is that correct?
That's right, but you're not shocked?
She was like expecting she was expecting some glazing.
Could this be a mind switch?
Huh?
Oh, she doesn't believe her.
Never mind. Let's proceed to the rendezvous point. The communication equipment there should still be operational, so we will be able to contact the Ark.
Rappy's like, this bitch is crazy. I need to get the fuck up out of here before I get hit with artillery.
Once we get there, I can inform them about you.
I've got a name, you know.
I'll inform them about Miss Red Hood.
Come on, no need to be so formal. Drop the miss.
Fine. Red Hood.
Much better. Nice to meet you, Rapi.
Well, this is starting out about how I would have expected it. Let's see how it goes. Rapi helps remove the rust which is gathered on Red Hood's weapon. Oh yeah, I'm guessing Wolfsbane isn't in the best of shape. She also gathers additional ammunition and supplies.
How's the condition of your weapon? And the bullets?
All good.
All right then. Let's move.
Wait, why can't Red Hood do it herself?
Hold on.
She probably doesn't care.
We need to bury them.
Excuse me?
All these Nikkes fought hard and gave their lives to the cause. We should bury them.
Why?
What do you mean? It's common decency to give someone a proper burial after they've passed.
It's not an efficient use of time. We need to keep moving.
Then you go first. I'll join you after I've buried them.
I'll help.
You're not just helping. We're doing this together.
Rapi and Red Hood dig graves and bury the scattered bodies of the mass-produced Nikkes. After some hesitation, Red Hood sticks the guns upright so they can act as impromptu gravestones.
You all made the ultimate sacrifice. Now, rest in peace.
It's nice that Red Hood is basically doing Rapunzel's job.
The dead can't hear you.
How do you know? Have you died before?
I have. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I guess I have too. Why the heck am I talking to the dead then? When they can't hear me?
I cannot answer that for you.
You're not talking, the answer is that you're not talking to the dead for the dead. You're talking to the dead for yourselves.
I'm not so sure myself. I just want to. Alright, let's go.
Like, the two of you are witness to the loss of the squad. The words are for yourselves.
You said you were a mass-produced Nikke, right?
That's right.
I've never heard of that model before.
Oh, I guess they didn't make the really crummy ones back in the day.
Then again, 30 years have passed. Is it a new model?
Correct.
Do you like old music?
Oh, here we go.
I don't understand the question.
Like old country and stuff like that.
I don't listen to music.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? This is perfect then. I'll lend you my cassette player. Once you have a listen, you won't be able to get it out of your head.
Will Rapi know how to operate a cassette player?
At least, that's what I would say if it wasn't busted. Do you know how to fix this by any chance?
I can repair most simple machines.
Really?
Then fix this up for me, would you?
Why?
Because I need it, that's why.
I see no reason to fix a cassette player right now. The surface is dangerous. We should not waste our time on frivolous tasks.
Frivolous? Ouch! That stings. Music can help you get through all sorts of rough patches in life, don't you know?
And Scarlet would tell you drinking.
No, I do not.
Jeez. I didn't realize I joined up with such a snooty individual. All right, Miss High and Mighty. What are your amazing hobbies that have got you dismissing music in its entirety?
I don't have hobbies.
Oh no, here we go again.
You've got to be joking.
I do not make jokes.
I was gonna say something, but like...
Then what do you like?
Not dying.
I do not have any personal preferences.
Okay, now you're pulling my leg.
I told you, I do not jest.
I feel like this conversation is going in circles.
Rapi feels a sense of deja vu. The countless questions directed her way, to which she has given the same answers time and time again. This line of communication has become a mainstay in her life.
Places you want to see or things you want to do?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
No.
How come?
All hopes and dreams do is make you feel empty inside.
Ah, the words of Rio.
I've seen countless people die without having achieved anything. Not a single one of them managed to achieve their dreams. So, I have no aspirations, no dreams, because I know exactly how everything ends.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Then I will grant you one wish. Tell me what you want to do.
Rapi is taken back. This is a new twist in the formula. One different from the countless repetitions she has experienced before.
What?
I'll grant you one wish.
Why?
Red Hood grins. Rapi finds it to be a somewhat off-putting. Although Red Hood's expression remains effusive, sweat trickles down her face, and her body begins to tremble ever so slightly.
Yes. I don't think I have that much time left.
Oh.
Corruption.
Oh, we finally got disconnected. We were on such a roll. Fortunately, it'll save our last spell. Also, we do have the very nice Naga Gacha skin. I did have to go through the full summoning. I did not get a discount on it, but yeah, that's fine. It just means got to go out and grab some more cash. Okay, let me see where we left off. Okay, so we just saw this one.
Wait! I know my eyes are red, but my mind is fine. Put that gun away!
The rules dictate we must eliminate any Nikke who has been corrupted.
I'm telling you, it's not corruption, it's something else. Maybe half corruption? I don't know.
There's no such thing.
Okay, fine. That was a lie. But I'm not lying to you when I say that I'm fine.
Those suffering from corruption often repeat the same phrases. Answer my question.
The interrogation.
What is your favorite genre of music?
Country music.
What do you enjoy most of all?
Country music.
What is something you would like to do?
Country music.
Oh no.
That's it. You have to be disposed of.
No, you're just asking crappy questions.
I'm like, Rapi, you can't even dispose of Red Hood. Rapi lowers her gun.
This is the first case I've seen like this.
It's been like this for a while.
Do you know why?
No clue. Maybe I have a high tolerance.
Were you corrupted the entire time you were asleep those 30 years?
I think so. I thought I was cured, but guess not.
You said you didn't have much time left. What do you mean?
I meant exactly what it sounds like. I can feel it. This is the end of the line. I'm sure of it.
How much time do you have left?
Not sure. A week, at most, if I were to guess.
You seem awfully calm about it, all things considered.
I've accepted it. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any regrets, but I've done everything I possibly could. So, with the little time I have left, I'd like to grant you one wish.
I don't wish for anything. Besides, you don't have to go out of your way to help me.
I don't need a grand reason. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to. And if you don't have a wish, then we can come up with one for you. How does that sound?
But why?
Rapi is once again hit with a sense of déjà vu. There have been many times when she received a helping hand. The reasons were multitudinous: interest, pity, boredom, or someone else's desire to feel superior. Whatever the motivation has been, however, many people have extended a helping hand to her. Rapi did not have disdain for those who wished to help her, but she also harbored no expectations. Interest waned, pity didn't last, people got busy, fell on hard times, or died. For reasons just as multitudinous, everyone withdrew their offer to help. So she learned to never expect anything. This time is no different. It is obvious that death will come, and so, as always, Rapi allows things to unfold.
Fine. Do as you want.
Good. Then what should we try first?
Oh, Red's back to normal.
I doubt you're gonna come up with a lofty aspiration right away. So why don't we start with where you'd like to go? Is there any famous spots that you've always wanted to visit?
Deja vu once again washes over Rapi. She parses through her memory and issues a response which will allow her to sidestep the venture completely.
Huh? Come again?
Yeah, the lift.
Isn't that like the main rapture nest? Or have things changed?
No place has a higher density of raptures.
You call that a famous place? More like infamous. Going there is a one-way ticket to the afterlife. Fine, let's go.
What?
We won't be able to get too close, but we'll be able to see it from afar. If we get a chance, we can try to get closer. Do you know the way? Let's go.
Okay.
This is not going the way Rapi thought it would. All right, we got to mark where we were last in case we get disconnected. Welcome to the show, Flogging My Login. Rapi takes off the earbuds and thoughts begin swirling. Okay, so Red convinced her to, like, repair her cassette player.
Do you like it?
It's working properly. The repairs were effective.
Not that. I'm talking about the music. Do you like it?
It's good.
Not convinced.
You can be honest.
I don't like it very much.
Then let's listen to something else.
No thanks.
One thing I like about Red Hood is that, like, she takes rejection really well. Like, she doesn't get, like, too huffy about things.
Here, try this one. You've got to listen to as many different genres as possible to develop a taste for something.
Does she just have, like, an army of... Is that what's in her sack? I always thought, like, it was ammo for, Wolfsbane. Like, does she just carry a bunch of cassettes in her sack?
But all you have is country music.
Oh, never mind.
Are you done with that?
I have consumed the minimum amount of calories required, so I am finished.
No way! You left the most delicious part!
I do not care about taste.
Open your mouth. Have a taste of that. Delicious, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Close your eyes and savor it. Just like with the music, you've got to try different kinds of food to develop an appreciation. The same goes for weapons. You're good at shooting, so why don't we try and introduce some style into the way we shoot? The more outfits you try on, the better. Oh, that hat looks good on you.
Wait, are they just rummaging through, like, ruined cities and be like, oh, it's time to, like, update our wardrobe?
You've got to log in plenty of hours of sleep to get the hang of it. The way you sleep is so rigid. You look like a corpse. If you want to grow to enjoy conversation, you need to talk more often. Make a joke, and I'll let you know if it's funny.
Oh no, this is not gonna go well.
Fighting is something you'll come to appreciate the more you do it. You're even better at hand-to-hand combat than you are at shooting.
Red Hood.
Yeah?
I would appreciate it if you didn't force your personal preferences upon me.
What? I'm not forcing anything on you. I'm merely offering suggestions.
The moment I don't enjoy something, you push and never stop.
Alright. So, maybe I'm a bit assertive with my suggestions.
It's fine. I don't need any of this.
You really don't have any interests? Nothing in the whole wide world intrigues you?
No.
You sure you don't have some kind of mental problem?
Perhaps I do. But I do not feel any discomfort.
It's not a matter of comfort. If you don't have any thoughts on anything, no likes or dislikes, what's the point of living?
I can live without it.
How can you call that living, though?
When you look at me, am I dead?
No.
Then that means I can live without any of this.
Yeesh! You're really good at getting under people's skin. Have you ever considered becoming a commentator? You've certainly got the acid tongue for it.
I'll think about it.
Lies.
Let's continue.
Rapi, do you really want to see the lift?
Of course. I told you. I don't know how to lie.
She's lying about not knowing how to lie. She was trying to get rid of Red Hood here, but it has backfired on. I got disconnected from being disconnected? I got disconnected from being disconnected for being disconnected? Meme connoisseur says that Red is shoving things down people's throats. I mean, she's got the strength to do it. And she doesn't take no for an answer. All right, we are down. I think we just watched this one, but let me watch it again just to double check.
So, what do you think?
This Okay, this is where yeah. So she repaired the cassette player. Favorite, moving on.
Here we are.
It didn't, I mean, I guess we didn't get a report on the amount of time it took, but I guess it's also Red Hood. They're not going to have a lot of trouble, like, passing through the raptures.
It's been ages since I last saw this thing in person, but I can't say that I missed it. You want to try getting a little closer?
If we do that, we'll die.
Yeah, you're probably right. Holy moly, are those all raptures? Wild.
Why do they like the lift so much? If the lift was severed, if Cinderella severed the space station from the lift, like, why do they like the lift so much?
I wonder what they're hiding over there that warrants such heavy guard. Did you know? I almost went into space on that thing.
No, I didn't know that.
You're a real bore sometimes, Rapi. So, how does it feel to have your wish granted? Do you feel like anything within you has changed?
No.
Feeling emotional? Moved to tears?
No.
Overwhelmed with so much joy that you're gonna bust out laughing?
No.
Feel like you can die without any regrets now?
I've always felt that way.
Alright then. What should we try next?
Next?
Your wish was granted, so now you've got to make another one. I'm no genie.
I was just about to say
I'm
that.
sure I've got enough time to grant you up to 3 wishes.
I was just about to say that. Are you a wish-granting genie now? Does she have 3 wishes?
Come on, what's the next wish? You made up wanting to see this place, didn't you?
Oh, Red Hood figured it out.
You knew?
For someone who says they can't lie, you're awfully good at it. Anyone could see you were just throwing something out there so that I'd get off your case. But you didn't count on me being so almighty, so righteous, so magnificent, and making that outlandish dream come true. So, hurry up and tell me your next wish.
You can see how, like, Red Hood would have influenced Rapi. Like, she's so different than the other friends that she's had. Oh.
Incoming fire.
Even they're mad at how long you're taking to respond.
Do you think so?
How would I know? Duh!
Many of them will be gathering here soon. I believe retreating is the best option.
I don't know. I think we can take them.
Really?
Of course not. That was a joke. Lead the way.
We shouldn't go back the way we came. There's too little cover. Let's go another route.
Rapi was about to buy it. She was about to get the Yamato experience. It's salvageable. Stop running. Where are you going? It's salvageable.
Fine by me.
Rapi and Red Hood begin to run.
Giddy up, partner.
Incoming.
Oh, crap.
Oh, the ground shakes, causing the two to stagger. The ground underneath them splits with a resounding crack. Rapi loses her balance and falls into the crevice, and is instantly swallowed by the darkness.
Rapi!
Rapi attempts to lift herself up, but is unable. It is pitch black all around her.
Lex.
She lifts her head and looks up. A light can be seen through the crack. Explosions ring out constantly.
Rapi, are you okay? Answer me!
Rapi is about to shout back in response, but stops short. Red Hood makes her feel uncomfortable. The way she heedlessly insists on becoming closer friends, her unsolicited kindness. There had been many like her, but they had all died or been corrupted. They had given Rapi hope for the future and then abandoned her. Red Hood would be no different from the rest.
Get lost, all of you. I'm busy.
That's her burst. What do you call it? Not her burst. That's one of her combat lines.
Hey, are you alive down there? Red.
Rapi once again stops herself from responding. Red Hood was corrupted. She didn't have a week left. She would die. Corruption was incurable. Rapi would probably end up having to pull the trigger on it, trigger herself. She didn't want to do that. Enveloped in the darkness, she curls up in the fetal position, hoping that Red Hood would give up and run away. But the explosions and tremors don't stop. Rapi covers her ears and closes her eyes, but the flashes of light seep through the closed eyelids, and the incessant explosions pierce through her covered ears. She is forced to open her eyes, removing her hands and looking up. Red Hood continues to fight. She has not left her and keeps checking down into the crevice, hurling an endless string of profanities while also calling for Rapi.
Run away. Leave me behind. Don't give me hope.
At some point, the explosions stop. Rapi remains motionless. The worst-case scenario flashes through her mind. She resigns herself to what has happened and curls up once again.
Red Hood.
The sound of a small stone falling to the ground. Rapi opens her eyes wide. Rapi lifts her head and looks up. There, standing in the light, streaming through the crack, is Red Hood.
Phew. Are you alive? Hey, it's impolite not to answer when someone's talking to you.
Red Hood.
Yep, that's me. So you're alive. Great.
Red Hood is no different from all the others, but for some reason, Rapi begins to think that she might not die or be consumed by the corruption after all.
I have a wish.
Huh? Talk about strange timing.
I want to be like you.
You know what just hit me? Even more important than the butt shot being important to the lore, thank God Red Hood's voice actress was not affected by the strike. The voice actor strike. I mean, what would you do if Red Hood's voice actress was affected by the strike?
Tell me, what do I have to do to become like you?
So it's funny, like, Rio had so much influence on Rapi. Like, you know, Rio's nihilism, but also, like, Rio's idolism of Pretty before she died. Like, it's funny that Rio wound up influencing her basically more than all the others. A series of lights suddenly illuminate the dark space.
What the? This must be some kind of underground facility.
Apparently.
Where does it connect to?
There's no way to know.
Alright. Stay here for a moment.
What if Red Hood had the new Polly voice? Woof. Like that was too much for me. I was like, that was too much. The woof. I'm resigning. Like, the Raptures can have the surface.
I'll go check it out.
Where are you going?
Don't worry, I'm a jack of all trades. The only thing I can't really do is repairs.
Then you're not a jack of all trades.
Why do you always have a way of finding the pettiest quibbles? Anyway, this almost certainly isn't a rapture facility. I'll go see if I can find someone to fix you.
The reports say that there aren't any humans left on the surface. There's no way you'll find someone who can help.
So do you want to sit around here and do nothing instead? Even if there aren't any people, I might find some supplies. I'll be back. So be patient and wait here. Unless you want me to carry you.
I'll wait.
Good. Good. Even though it's unlikely, if anything happens while I'm gone, just call out for me. And I'll come running.
Okay.
Just make sure the cat doesn't get your tongue like it did a few moments ago, alright?
Okay.
Is this gonna be like the buzzer, like when she was back in the hospital?
Right, I'll be back.
Red Hood walks off resolutely. Meanwhile, Rapi watches her from behind, somewhat dazed.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Red Hood continues to walk down an ominous corridor.
Ugh. I hate these kinds of places. They give me the creeps. Some music would work wonders for this joint. Huh. It's a door.
A massive iron door blocks Red Hood's path.
Jeez, what's up with this thing? It's gotta be at least 10 meters tall. Wonder if I could break through it. Guess there's only one way to find out.
Red Hood aims her rifle at the towering door. Just as she's about to pull the trigger, steam billows from all sides of the door as it slowly opens.
Should I consider that a welcome?
Red Hood heads in through the doorway. Inside, it's both dark and warm.
What a weird place. Hello? Is anybody here?
Yes. Be quiet, will you? I hate noise.
Who the fuck is this? Deep.
Gah! You scared me.
Is that Red Hood?
Do you know me?
Of course I do.
Who are you?
I am... No. We are Deep. How to refer to us? I suppose it would be apt to consider us guardians of the Ark.
Guardians of the Ark?
This bitch could be crazy.
Correct.
Don't trust her, Red Hood. She could be crazy. You know what she looks like? She looks like Goldframe Amaterasu. Let me go. Where is it? Gold. She kind of looks like Goldframe Amaterasu. Where is it? Yeah, she kind of looks. She reminds. Her color scheme reminds me of. We can't get a good image of it, which is silly considering that it's a mobile suit. But yeah, her color scheme reminds me of. What do you call it? Gundam Astray Goldframe.
I'm afraid I can't tell you much more than that. It's classified.
Let me guess. Central government?
No. I would appreciate it if you thought of us as something more sophisticated.
All I know is Deep has gigantic bazookas.
Okay, I will.
Much appreciated.
So, do you run this place?
You could say that, yes.
What is this place?
It is the basement of the lift. This is where the power source of the lift is located.
No way.
Would you like to see? It's right here.
Wait a minute. Is that a rapture core?
Correct. It is called the ultra-massive core.
The ultra massive core. Straight to the point, I suppose.
Not the most creative name I've heard.
I don't like it either.
So, if this thing broke, would the lift be kaput?
Correct. It would no longer be operational.
This thing is what the raptures use to come down to our world, isn't it?
You are well informed.
Then isn't breaking this thing the answer to all our problems?
If you are referring to the raptures, you are correct.
So let's start busting this thing up.
No, we cannot. The ultra-massive core is part of a pair. If one breaks, the other will break as well. Right now, they are maintaining a stable resonance with one another from a distance.
Why does that matter? Who cares if they both break?
The other core is inside the Ark.
Oh, we're in double jeopardy.
It is being used as the Ark's power source.
So you're saying...
If you destroy this core, the Ark's core will be destroyed as well. All those people will be trapped underground. All of their infrastructure will cease to function in an instant. They will be doomed to die. Humanity will be wiped out.
I'm not entirely sure I follow.
In the near future, this area will be further fortified. It will not be possible for anyone to trespass upon this place, by accident or otherwise, as you have. If you wish to exterminate the raptures, the Ark must be sacrificed.
Sacrifice the Ark?
Destroying this core will eradicate the raptures, yes. But humanity will also perish. Ironically, the key to victory may well lie in finding a way to abandon the Ark. Although, I am not sure if that will be possible.
We can win if we destroy the Ark. How do you know who I am?
It would be rather strange for me not to be familiar with the Goddess Squad.
Oh.
I thought you had been disposed of due to corruption, but it appears I was mistaken. You do still seem to be affected by corruption, however.
You're good. Are you a doctor?
More or less. But it is rather peculiar. Decades have passed, and yet you are still alive. How is that possible?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just built differently.
I'm just built different. I love how Shift Up can sneak in their memes.
Huh. Are you attempting to heal your comrade who fell through the fissure?
I mean, Red Hood is not wrong. She is built differently.
That's right. You were watching everything?
Well, this is an important place. I see everything. Since were you anyone else, you would already be dead.
Sounds like you have experience with this sort of thing.
That I do. At least a few dozen times.
Wait, so other people have, like, wandered in on accident to, like, the lift?
Let's go. I can fix a broken leg rather easily.
All right. Thanks.
Red Hood stares at the ultra-massive core behind her for a brief moment before walking away. Red Hood at Deep. Look at Rapi, who is asleep.
Hey, Rapi. I brought someone to fix...
Quiet. Nothing good will come out of her seeing me.
Then what about me?
You do not have long left to live, so it doesn't matter.
You certainly don't sugarcoat anything.
Let me check on your friend's condition.
Deep squats down and examines Rapi, placing her hands on Rapi's head and chest.
This is a mass-produced model. My goodness, there's really nothing inside her. Frankly, I'm stunned at how little there is.
Are you talking about her chest? I mean, sure, she's flat, but
Oh.
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh.
Quiet.
Brutal. Deep goes silent, seemingly deep in thought.
What are you doing?
I haven't worked on either mass-produced models or grim models before. This could be a good opportunity.
You aren't going to fix her?
With the twin cores, the only outcome is mutually assured destruction. We have to leave the possibility of coexistence open.
What are you talking about?
Sleep for a while.
Is she using magic? A golden light bursts from Deep's hand. Red Hood loses consciousness and collapses to the ground.
Perhaps I should take a look at the corruption's progression. I might be able to help.
Deep places her hand on Red Hood's head.
No, not possible. It's too far along. However, the nymph is continuing to fight, despite the corruption. Eventually, they will both destroy one another.
Oh, interesting. So I guess we wouldn't have to worry about Red Hood becoming like Cinderella.
Having said that, she possesses a most incredible will. It's hard to believe. It's a miracle that she's endured as long as she has. It is a pity we did not meet sooner.
Are you awake?
What the... When did I fall asleep?
I just woke up too.
What? Right. Your leg.
What are you so frantic for? Didn't you fix it for me?
Huh?
Red Hood stares at Rapi's leg. It is fully intact with no trace of damage.
Huh? When did that happen?
How would I know? I was unconscious.
My head feels kind of funny. I get it. I must have instinctively mastered the art of repairing. I told you I was a jack of all trades.
Red Hood lying through her teeth.
Right. I think so too.
Oh, look at Rapi being charitable for a change. Did I notice anything about Deep? I'll need... I know you guys posted an image of her in the Discord. I'll have to, like, take a look at it more closely. Damn, are these, like, mighty files or something? Are these files, like, extremely powerful? Like, they're taking a moment to load. Here I thought that we would have this done in 2 hours, but I guess I constantly underestimate the length of these storylines. And you know, I don't feel like I'm going slow.
Too slow.
If I speed up, my shooting will become too unstable.
Then keep practicing until your shooting is stable.
It feels inefficient to shoot while moving.
Then don't do it. You said you wanted to be like me, didn't you? I was more than happy to pass down my secret techniques. But alas, I have been cursed with an unwilling student. It appears my legacy dies here.
Rapi getting the dagger, like Red Hood twisting the dagger.
Fine. I'll try.
Good student. Go on, move. We don't have time.
I mean, that is Red Hood's signature thing. Like, she fights on the move quite a bit. 12 hours earlier.
So, your wish is to become like me? I didn't mishear you, did I?
No.
You heard me correctly. Don't you think you're being a bit greedy? To become as versatile, strong, beautiful, and even-tempered as me is a big ask.
She doesn't have anyone to, like, glaze her, so she has to glaze herself.
It'll be quite the challenge.
I'm aware of that.
But you can't become me, Rapi. You'll always be you.
No, I'm nothing. So I can become you.
Yikes.
Oh, man.
All right. Then may I ask you why you want this?
I don't think you will die or lose your sanity. I know that you are in the late stages of corruption and don't have much time left. But I simply can't conjure up that image of you.
My heroics have got you mesmerized.
I don't think you're entirely wrong there.
Whoa. What's gotten into you? Do you want to become a hero?
It's so funny how, like, Rapi, I'm not talking about MP Rapi, I'm talking about normal Rapi. She has so few facial expressions compared to Red Hood.
When I was very young and still human, I was bedridden. All I could do was watch TV. Watching Nikke's was the only thing that brought me joy.
You mean cartoons. Don't act like you were watching something important.
I thought they were amazing. Goddesses of victory, fighting for humanity. But the day I became a Nikke, I kept hearing all this information about how Nikkes weren't goddesses of victory. Before long, I experienced that truth firsthand. It wasn't just me. All the Nikkes I met were the same. Far from goddesses of victory, they were terribly human, pitiable, and weak creatures. But you are different. You are the goddess of victory that I envisioned when I was young. Unbreakable, beautiful, in defiance of death. You embody all of those things.
I don't think I'm as great as you think I am.
I think you are.
Fine. I'll help you. I will pass on everything I have to you. This will be the last thing I do before I leave this world. What a dramatic development.
Yet appropriate at the same time.
This is hard.
It is. It's not something you can master in a day or two.
How did you practice?
I didn't practice. I was like this from the start.
That's not exactly helpful advice.
I told you. We're on different levels. Now, keep going. I've always enjoyed the saying that effort surpasses talent.
Getting another reminder of Rio, who said that effort didn't matter.
Red Hood.
Yeah?
Why did you help me?
What? Where's this coming from?
You woke up after 30 years. You could have searched for your old squad mates. Or completed something you weren't able to finish before.
I considered that. But I parted ways with my squad mates pretty gracefully. So I feel my story with them came to a satisfying conclusion. Besides, they're all probably busy with other things right now. I'm not worried about them. I'm sure they're doing well on their own. Also, there's no guarantee I'd be able to find them anyway. So I decided to help the person who was right in front of me. who acts like if she died tomorrow, she wouldn't feel any remorse.
I still feel that way.
Foolish student. Why do you choose to live life so half-heartedly? Go live your life. Living is a wonderful thing. If you keep living, you'll find something. I guarantee it. Not least of all because you'll be a bona fide graduate of the Red Hood Academy.
Tell me more about your squad mates.
Why? So you can go find them and ask them to be your squad mates? I knew it. I won't tell you. They're mine.
No.
I can say this much, though. They were strong, in many ways. They're the type where it was impossible to imagine them bending or breaking, like you say about me.
Do you think I'll ever have my own squad mates like that?
You'll have to become unbendable first. Unbreakable. Birds of a feather flock together.
All right.
So keep at it. To be honest, the first order of business is working on that boring personality of yours.
I will try.
It's a shame I never got to visit my hometown.
Where is your hometown?
I don't know. I have no idea where we are.
I can find out.
It's fine. I'm too scared to go. What if it's gone?
Even so, I think you should at least try to visit.
Nah, we don't have time for that.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of a role reversal here. Like, Rapi wants to give Red Hood a wish.
What was your hometown like?
Just an ordinary village. Nothing special. Like any old village you find anywhere. Although, that makes me miss it even more. Don't think too hard about it. We can't go anyway. Let's get some sleep.
This is quite
a...
This is quite a, you know, like, so Rapi's squad got eliminated, and now she's like, yeah, I need to go regroup. What about the people who she was supposed to regroup with?
You run, make a sharp turn, and then you aim and shoot.
This gun center of mass makes that kind of movement impossible.
The Red Hood style does not discriminate against any type of firearm. Foolish student.
You try it.
Give me that.
Uh-oh. Red Hood takes Rapi's gun, sprints at full speed, makes a sharp turn, and fires all in one smooth motion. A tightly clustered grouping of bullet holes appears neatly in the center of the training target. Oh no. Rapi asked for it this time.
You see, it's because your movements are too predictable. Have you ever heard of the sentiment, think outside of the box and you'll get better results?
Shadow Ravenous says they probably died waiting for her. There's a commander somewhere who's basically like sitting there like, ah, my leg. If only those reinforcements arrived on time that were promised to me. Ah.
No, I haven't.
All right. Now that the master has given you a demonstration, all that's left is to practice.
Roger.
You need to be bolder. That means you can't simply follow the manual. You need to catch the enemy off guard.
Won't that make it hard for our allies to react?
In situations like that, you've got to have faith that your allies will come in clutch.
That's easier said than done.
This applies to more than combat, by the way. The same can be said for nearly every aspect of life. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you need to trust your gut. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yeah, and that got her in rehab. I guess it didn't work out that bad for her, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I struck a Nikke who was speaking ill of me.
You?
And I don't exactly remember when, but I once gave a present to a squad mate.
You?
If that's all you're going to keep saying, then I won't continue.
Oh, Rapi's getting self-conscious.
Oh, sorry. So, how do you feel when you did that?
I felt proud.
Ha! You see, how is it that you know all that but somehow ended up such a square? You need to try living like that all the time. If it's difficult, try to force yourself. It'll help a lot.
In what way?
I don't know. Try it. You'll find out.
I just noticed that Red Hood has cat eyes. In one of her frames, like when she opens her eyes, like, you know, her pupils expand. And I don't know why I never noticed it before, but yeah. It makes sense, though, because she has, like, extremely jagged predator eyes. So they're probably trying to emphasize her, like, you know, the fact that she's, like, a huntress.
Why did you become a Nikke?
You go first.
I didn't have a choice. I lost consciousness, and when I came to, I was already a Nikke.
Same as me.
That's surprising.
Really? I was what you could call a hoodlum. My entire life revolved around avoiding work and hanging out with my friends, causing trouble. Then I got into an accident and ended up dead. When I woke up, I had been turned into a Nikke. Apparently, I had been a suitable candidate.
How do you feel about living as a Nikke?
I don't have a passionate sense of duty or anything. I simply thought that since this was how things had turned out, I might as well put my best foot forward. Turns out I was a good fit for it after all.
Shadow says it's interesting that Rapi said unconscious, you know, instead of being fucking dead.
Plus, you couldn't have asked for better squad mates than the ones I got. So, having worked that hard, you know, this is the first time I've ever talked about any of this. Anyway, the thing I ended up thinking most often of all was, let's beat the Raptures. My squad mates really influenced me a lot. There's a saying that really summed up my life then. My existence was made complete by the existence of others.
Your squad mates.
Try and be friends with them as much as you can. They'll prove invaluable. Mark my words. Besides, it gets awful lonely going solo.
I don't think I've seen that expression from Red Hood very often. Just like a idle smile.
I'm hitting the sack. Sleep tight.
She was definitely killed. She got shot dead by an Ark Enforcer.
Red Hood,
What is it? I'm going to sleep.
if you're trying to sleep, wouldn't it be better to turn off the music?
What's the big deal? It's nice to listen to it as you doze off.
I don't agree.
Don't worry. You'll like it eventually once you listen to it enough.
Red Hood shoving things down people's throat again.
You're learning fast.
Could it be because I started without any preconceptions?
Maybe. Let's see. Next, you have to go back to the Ark. It's time for us to part ways, my friend.
What? But there's still time.
Come on. I'll see you off.
No, not yet.
Rapi, it's over now. You know that. Let's go.
We're running out of runway on the story, unfortunately. As Rapi and Red Hood walk together, neither of them say a word. Only the sound of music can be heard. Rapi desperately tries to think of a topic of discussion, but nothing comes to mind. Rapi is startled by Red Hood's interjection.
What are you so startled for? You didn't do anything, did you?
No, it's nothing.
Rapi realizes that she is stuttering.
How long until we reach the Ark?
The Ark. How long?
Come on, get a hold of yourself.
Red Hood, let's go to your hometown. You said you wanted to visit it, didn't you?
Forget it. I told you. I don't even know where it is.
I'll find it. Tell me everything you can remember. We can find it.
It's okay.
Suddenly, an old memory of Rapi's resurfaces. It's okay. A magical word that makes people reflect on what they've done. Oh, this is another lesson from rehab. Yeah, so it's like the rehab team had a big impact on her.
Rapi?
What have I done? This time wasn't supposed to be for me. It was additional time that was miraculously given to you. All I did was think about myself.
Hey,
Red Hood gives Rapi a slight slap on the back.
you've got it all wrong. Pull yourself together. This was all my own decision. Stop spiraling.
But you're...
I'm not unhappy. I've let it all go. I told you. It was fun when I thought about how I was training my own successor. Now let's go! Foolish disciple. Come on. I said let's go.
Red Hood keeps walking, and Rapi follows. Neither of them say anything. Rapi stares at Red Hood's back. Red Hood doesn't seem to feel any hesitation, concern, or sadness. Rapi doesn't take her eyes off her for 1 second. I feel like that's like the audience. Trying to engrave the image of Red Hood in her memory. For hours, they walk.
I'm getting a little tired. Let's rest for a bit before continuing.
Sure.
That's exactly what I was thinking, meme connoisseur. Rapi has a gut feeling this is really the end. Red Hood leans against an old building, showing clear signs of fatigue. Oh, a shift in art style. Rapi doesn't know when it started, but Red Hood's eyes are stained red.
Dang. This is really tuckering me out. Must be getting old.
Do you want something to drink?
No, you go ahead. Rapi, go now. This is as far as I go.
I'm not leaving you.
Nikkes who are corrupted harm even their closest friends. You know that. It's embarrassing to admit.
You have nothing to be ashamed of.
You know you can't shoot me. You're planning to die with me? Is that it? I made myself very clear before. You have to go live. So go!
I will shoot. I'll live.
Alright. Do it then. Have you found something to aspire towards?
Yes.
Don't do anything you'll regret. I'm not really as great as you make me out to be.
Whether you are great or not doesn't matter. You're a good person. That's undeniable. So I want to be like you.
Thank you. But you know what? You're a good person too. I was pretty lucky to have met someone like you along the way.
Red Hood scrunches her fist and extends it out.
I've passed on everything I know to you. You'll have to take it from here.
I will.
Rapi gives Red Hood a fist bump.
It's a real bummer having to leave you behind like this, you know?
Without a word, Rapi places the earbuds in Red Hood's ears, then presses play on the cassette player.
Good. This is really good.
Yeah, that is so a reference to Metal Gear when... let me go fetch it. Let me see if I can find it. Where is that famous line at? So it's right here. I can't find the dialogue for it, but it's right here. There's a scene where he's laying against the grave, and he does a similar thing. So he puts Big Boss's cigar in his mouth, because that was always his favorite thing, smoking cigars, and he lights the cigar up, and when he dies, he says, "Yeah, that's pretty good." So it's like another reference.
I'm going.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I wasn't reading. I was distracted. For that entire week, Rapi exists as if in a dream. In that week, she experienced more than she had in her entire life prior. Rapi clutches Red Hood's lifeless body and cries. Screams, cries more. After some time, Rapi ceases to move as well. Even after the seasons change, one after the other, Rapi doesn't move. Seasons come and go, and Rapi never moves an inch. So I think we get the ending and then the secret ending. Shadow says that he thinks Red Hood looks good with red eyes. They're very ominous, though. Like, this game has definitely made red eyes ominous. Oh, God. Wrong button. Come on, Twitch. Cooperate with me.
Red Hood?
Oh, I didn't read. So it says, Rapi opens her eyes. There is no one in her arms. Rapi looks around. There is nothing. Rapi quickly stands up. Breathing heavily, she frantically looks around the area.
Could you really be alive?
Rapi feels a sense of calm. She places her hand on her chest. Her mind feels at peace. Red Hood was dead. However, despite that, she feels as if she is still with her somehow.
I will become you.
Oh, look, MP Rapi with a smile.
Let's go back to the Ark.
Ark, Elysion's headquarters. Two people. Oh, so is this how she's going to get upgraded past being a... Basically, because of her combat experience and her training, I bet that's going to be enough to impress people to get them to upgrade her into a normal Nikke. Two people walk speedily down the hallway.
What's her status?
Surprisingly normal.
How long has it been?
Over 4 years.
I can't believe it. Have you checked the combat data?
It's been 4 years? Like, little bro out there waiting for reinforcements for 4 years?
Yes, it seems there have been more than 300 battles over the past 4 years.
300? Not 30?
Yes, 300. And that's only the number of large-scale engagements she took place in. If we include all encounters with raptures, it's more than 3 times that.
This is unbelievable.
Trust me, I felt the same. But the data doesn't lie.
Let's hurry. Excuse me.
Over there.
Oh, we get another version of Rapi. MP model without the visor.
RR15436. Is that correct? I'm Ingrid, the CEO of Elysian. Let me confirm again. RR15436 is your name, correct?
She's gonna say her name is Rapi.
No. It's Rapi.
Very well, Rapi. How are you feeling?
Fine. No issues.
All right. I'm going to ask you a few simple questions now. I only ask that you answer truthfully.
All right.
Did you participate in the Second Surface Reclamation War 6 years ago?
I do not know for how long, but yes, I did.
For 2 years, you took part in numerous operations, large and small, correct?
That's correct.
After that, we suddenly lost contact with you for 4 years. Where have you been during that time?
I was on the surface.
What were you doing on the surface for 4 whole years?
I was searching for a way back to the Ark.
Alone?
There were a few Nikkes who joined me along the way. They all died.
How did you get to the Ark?
I took the elevator.
Our data shows you engaged in over 300 battles during your time on the surface. Is that correct?
I don't remember the exact number, but battling with the Raptures was a constant feature of my time up there.
And you survived all of those fights.
Yes, I had to survive.
Welcome back, Rapi.
Thank you.
We plan on conducting a thorough examination. Is that all right?
No problem. Have you detected any issues?
There are no signs of corruption or mind switch symptoms. You're safe.
That's a relief. Would it be alright if I asked a question?
Please. Anything.
What happened with the Second Surface Reclamation War?
Oh, a good question.
We failed.
Unsurprisingly.
That would have happened about 4 years ago.
It's all because of Rapi. You were supposed to reinforce at the rendezvous.
It must have been right after I went to the surface. Even back then, the situation was dire.
Yes. 2 months after you last went to the surface, the central government officially announced the failure of the Second Surface Reclamation.
But they were so confident. They were like, victory is assured.
So, it only lasted for 2 years and 2 months.
Oh, there's a new Rapi expression.
So, what do we do now?
We have decided to adopt the tactics proposed by New Hope. Our primary strategy will incorporate guerrilla warfare, carried out by elite commanders, and a small number of Nikkes under their individual command.
I see. So gone are the days of, like basically like company, battalion, division level formations. Too bad that would be a great, if they made like a full length movie. Like imagine like I said, like company, battalion, division sized formations at war. That would be pretty good. That'd be a good for a game. And Johan could be the main character there.
There would be no more large-scale deployments to the surface.
Are we buying time? Or have we given up? So both.
Yes.
I have no further questions at this time. Please proceed with the examination.
A mass-produced Nikke who survived on her own for 4 entire years. Wandering the surface freely without hiding. It's a story that almost defies belief. She has an unbelievable amount of combat experience. Perhaps this could...
Ma'am!
Call me instructor. This must be rather important if it justifies barging in here without knocking.
She's switching back to her standard Ingrid personality.
You need to come see this. It's beyond my authority to decide what to do next.
The Ark, Elysion's Nikke research lab. Rapi lies asleep on a bed connected to various machines. Screens displaying Rapi's test results fill the wall.
All right. What's going on?
Her body weight is more than twice the average. And most importantly, there are 2 cores.
What? Explain to me how something like that could happen.
I have no idea. This is the first time we've encountered a case like this.
So this must have been like whatever Deep did.
Although only 1 core is active, we have no idea how this is even possible. Also,
is there something else?
Within her nymph, the region dedicated to her sense of self is densely packed. We consulted the past records, and it was almost empty when she first became a Nikke.
Are you telling me she honed her own sense of identity over time?
It appears so.
What about the brain scan results?
Other than the abnormally extensive combat data, there were no other significant findings. We haven't been able to get access to certain parts of the brain, but considering it's only a week's worth of information, we doubt it's of any major significance.
Ingrid here is like, oh, did I just find a shiny Pokemon?
All right. Reconstruct her body based on this self-identification data. I think it would be best to dispose of this current body with 2 cores.
Are you sure we shouldn't look into it further?
There are too many unknown factors here. It's best to only have 1 nymph.
I understand.
How do you feel about your new upgrade?
I don't feel particularly special. It feels like this face and body have always been mine.
It's the ideal image of yourself, nestled within your subconscious. The fact it feels familiar to you is hardly surprising.
Is that so?
There is something I should tell you. Your body weighed over twice what it should, and contained 2 separate cores. That body was disposed of due to safety concerns. But even your current body, which was generated based on your own self-identity data, exhibited the same anomalies. No matter how many times we tried, the results were the same. Something embedded within your own sense of self caused this. Do you have any idea what that might be?
No.
Very well. I understand.
Rapi is like, okay, here's something. This is actually something that I have used in real life. If Rapi wants to lie, she can't pull that card too frequently, but because of her personality, people will tend to just take her at face value. I've used that at work before, where I have a particular work personality, and I would develop it over years, and then, in the event I wanted to lie and get my way, even if it was something serious, I would lie every once in a while, and people would just believe me, because once you have created like a certain personality that's consistent, then, and especially if you're reliable, then people will just believe you. And I told myself I can only do this maybe twice a year. But that's how I would get what I would want. Like, for example, like if there was someone who I wanted fired and I told a story that like wasn't completely true in order to get them fired because I didn't like them or they were causing a problem, then I would use that every once in a while.
From now on, you will be affiliated with Elysion. Further research will be conducted to utilize the output of the cores in your body. Do you have any objections to this?
No.
The research will proceed concurrently with your practical operations. You will be assigned to a specific squad and participate in missions with them to gather data. Is there a particular squad you would like to join? If you have a preference, we will honor that request.
I want them to be strong.
Strong?
Yes. I want squad mates whom I won't have to worry about dying or falling apart.
Is there any particular reason why you care about this so much?
There is something that I wish to become. In order to achieve that, I require strong allies.
What is it that you want to become?
Red Hood.
Good. We have the perfect squad for you. It is Elysion's elite combat squad. I doubt you'll find anything lacking in them, nor they with you.
I understand. Thank you.
So basically, she hoped that Absolute would become her Goddess Squad. Ironically, just how Red Hood became estranged from Goddess Squad, she too became estranged from Absolute. I think we still got one more. Years later, ARC, Elysion Nikke Research
They've
Lab.
told me about your performance reports. Unwa has been praising you, which she doesn't give easily.
It's because the 3 of them have done so well looking out for me.
Good. Let's keep it up. Absolute will soon become the most formidable squad there is.
Instructor.
What is it?
I would like to push the subcore to its limit today.
No, I'm against it. You nearly died after only 10 seconds of operation.
I know, but I can feel it. Something will change if I push it. I want to see whether I'm right.
Fine. But if I deem it to be too dangerous, I'll put a stop to it immediately.
I understand. Thank you.
The subcore is activating. It's causing the influence of the main core to recede.
Shut it down!
I can't. We don't have control.
What the?
The body is reconstructing. What's happening?
What?
Rapi's body is transforming. The main core has gone silent.
What on earth is happening?
Subcore has stabilized. Body reconstruction is complete.
Huh? She looks completely different.
She's completely red.
Check the database. Identify that Nikke.
Yes, ma'am.
What on earth is this?
After searching through the old databases, we've identified the Nikke that Rapi transformed into as Red Hood of the Goddess Squad.
What? But how?
I don't know. I have no idea what this means.
Yeah, this is definitely deep meddling.
She's currently asleep and shows no signs of awakening.
Rapi wanted to become Red Hood. Her ideal, the one she was suppressing, emerged when the subcore took control. Find a way to restore Rapi to her original state. Use whatever means necessary.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, I'm sorry to have to do this, but after this is over, I will have to erase the memories of everyone involved, including you.
What?
It's too dangerous to have anyone else know this information. It could turn the Ark upside down.
Why would it do that?
We've discovered here that you can become whatever person you envision in your own mind. By using the nymph to insert specific data about an individual into their subconscious and making their personality theirs. And then reconstructing the body.
Any person could be reproduced as a Nikke. Not just that, you could bring the dead back to life or create as many copies of the same individual as you wanted.
I wonder how true that is. It's kind of a ship of Theseus problem. Like, is a reconstruction of somebody's memories, even perfect memories, the same thing as the original thing?
But surely someone must have thought of this before. Bacillus, for instance?
They must have all failed. But Rapi here is the undeniable result that it's possible. Since we have the end result, we should be able to trace our way back through the process that led to it. This needs to be buried. It's too dangerous.
Understood. Once I'm finished here, you can proceed with my memory wipe.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Present. Commander's room. Oh, we're back in the present time.
Everyone knows how the rest of the story goes. I was consumed by the thought of becoming Red Hood. I realized that I was only using those who considered me a friend, and so I left Absolute. I wandered aimlessly, and eventually ended up meeting Anise. Then I met the commander, and then Neon, and that led me here.
Dang, you've really been through it. You're like a living witness of history.
Red Hood really left an indelible impression on you, didn't she?
Yes. Were it not for Red Hood, I probably would have died without achieving much of anything.
But by meeting Red Hood, you abandoned the commander who was waiting for you for 4 years.
I wouldn't have met you either, Commander.
She really did embody what you considered perfection.
And I still feel that way about her. But now, rather than becoming Red Hood, I simply want to become like her. I think I can do it. No, I will do it. She passed on her power, her sense of duty, to me. I have squad mates who I can never imagine dying or getting hurt, and a commander capable of guiding me.
I mean, the commander does a really good job of getting hurt and dying.
There's no reason for me to fail.
Oh, I nearly forgot.
Hmm?
I bring out the cassette player that was next to the bed. It's a gift I received from Red Hood. It's been a while, so why don't we listen to it?
Thank you.
Does that thing still work? It should.
I've seen Master listen to it once in a while.
All right, I'm pressing play. Country music flows from the speakers of the cassette player, and we all listen to the music in silence. Rapi closes her eyes, recalling the past which she misses so dearly. The music ends.
It still really isn't my style of music.
I was about to say that. I'm like, it would be funny if Rapi's like, yeah, it still stinks, actually. You know, it was just as bad then as it is now.
It's been a while since we've been back to the Ark. You're right. I hope nothing's happened.
They chose the right music style too, because country music is really polarizing. I'm not sure. I wonder how that happened. Like at least in the United States, country music was really polarizing. Like you either liked it or hated it. No one really was like, oh, it's country music. What about it? Rapi.
Yes, Commander?
What are you thinking about? Oh, we get anime? I mean, at least the Ark soldier had good aim. Holy shit. I always felt like Red Hood was like humongous compared to other people, but now we know for sure. She's like a giant. This is symbolizing her leaving Absolute. The commander is the thing. The way his face glows, he's the thing. So now all of the buildings have plants on them because it's been so long. Like plants have grown since the surface has been destroyed for so long.
I was thinking about what I want to do in the future.
Footsteps, walk, run, end. Was that the secret ending? We gotta one more time just to make sure. In the not too distant past, is this another one?
Hey.
Oh, this is another one.
Are you the one who we found wandering around?
I have a name.
Rapi, isn't it?
Right. And you're a niece.
You know my name?
You're famous.
I am?
She is?
What do you know? I guess my reputation precedes me, even after retirement. How about it? You want an autograph?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh? But I thought...
I'm not sure exactly what you're thinking, but it's incorrect.
But you know who I am. Doesn't that make me famous?
You are well known for your insubordination.
No. Womp womp.
Well, it looks like it's a meeting of the celebrities.
Indeed.
Yeah, because Rapi also doesn't listen to people.
So you and I are in the same squad now?
Looks like it.
No one else.
Just the two of us.
So this is like just before the game begins. Maybe not literally. I don't know how many missions they went on together, but yeah, this is like just before the game begins.
Feels like they're putting the two black sheep together and hoping we sort ourselves out. Not exactly the most tactful approach.
I guess it can't be helped. Can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why don't you follow orders?
What is this? We've just met, and you're already getting up in my grill?
I'm not looking to pick a fight. I'm simply curious.
Well, no reason in particular. I'm just tired of it. Tired of having to risk my life every day following orders from morons who wouldn't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They're always spouting up gibberish about how Nikkes are supposed to risk their lives for humanity. Honestly, I don't care all that much about humanity reclaiming the surface and all that. The people in the Ark are garbage. All of them. Being told to do this and that really gets on my nerves. So, I didn't listen to them. And this is where it got me.
Amazing. Many people have the same thoughts as you, but few act on them.
Thanks. What about you? From what I hear, you're nothing to sneeze at either. You left Absolute, the greatest squad there is, to wander around on your own like a roaming mercenary. Despite being a lone wolf, your mission success rate is incredibly high. Do you know what people are saying about you? They claim that you couldn't hack it as a leader in Absolute, so you switched to a mediocre squad so you could throw your weight around. They say you're searching for a place to die. There's all kinds of rumors going around. Is there any truth to them?
I'm looking for someone to lead me. Someone who won't bend or break.
I'm not even sure if anyone like that exists.
There was once. That's why I'm looking.
Is that so? Well, I hope you find them.
Yes, I hope so too.
Okay, we did it. So we have seen the story. So that's phase 1 of... Oh, what?
Hey, are you the one who we found?
I have a name.
Rapi, isn't it?
Right. And you're a
You know my...
You're famous.
Okay. That scared me for a moment. I thought they were gonna spring one on me. Okay, so by listening to the story, we have superstitiously charged up our luck. So now we are gonna attempt to summon for Rapi, and also I bought the 2 new skins. I'll get Zwei's too, probably. But later on, I haven't fully completed it. Shano says, so wait, Rapi was the former leader of the team? That's what it seems like. I guess Unhwa became leader afterwards. And, yeah, like that was like, they kind of glossed over it, but that's like a shift up thing to do. They tend to gloss over things. Like, they don't get too quick into it. So it's time. Are you ready? It's time. We're going to do 2 things. We're going to grab Rapi. And then I think I'm also going to do the step-up recruitment. So we got some stuff to do. But let's get Rapi first. All right, so I've got enough resources. Like, I am very confident I will get her. Just because I've got 65,000 gems. I've got 86 advanced recruit vouchers. I'm very confident I will get her. I don't think I'm going to MLB her. I don't think I've got the... I don't have the power to... I mean, maybe I have the power to MLB her, but I don't know if I want to do that. I really don't like going all in. I like to pad myself a little bit. But here we go. We are beginning the summoning phase. Here we go. First summon of the day. Okay, starting out with the purples. She's like 1%. I'm not sure what her odds are. I'm sure it's about equal to Cinderella, though. And I was able to MLB Cinderella. Let me take a look. So we have a 4% chance to hit a what do you call it? An SSR, and then she's a 1%. So yeah, she's not quite as likely, but at the same time, this is still the best chance to get her. This is still our best opportunity. All right, here we go again. So, okay, so to understand the odds here, we have a 4% chance to get an SSR. So 1 divided by 0.04 is 25. So for every 25 pulls, we're expected to get 1 SSR. So here's our 20th pull. Nothing unless they sneak a fast one on me. Nope, they don't sneak a fast one on me. All right, so we are about to roll up on 30. So this is where we're expected to get 1, to be on average. Now, it doesn't have to be average, but we're expecting it to be average. Okay, so we're up to 30, and we didn't get an SSR yet, so we're now currently a little bit behind average, but they could also swing around. We could also get 2 SSRs, or we could get back-to-back SSRs within the total of 50 pulls. So, you know, we're going to keep going. That's how probably... You got to have enough pulls to push through probability. All right, so up to 40. Wow, we're gonna go to 50 without an SSR?
Don't you know?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep some tallies. Oh, so we're up to 50 right now. We're up to 50. And then I'll also record how many SSR hits we get. I'm not too worried about it yet. Because, like I said, we could get a double. We could get a triple. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Our first SSR. And we got a double. So we're up to 60 right now. So we're up to 60, and we just got 2. So we've actually, once again, the probability has just evened out. We're right on schedule. So 2 SSRs in 60 pulls is perfectly normal.
I'm Neon, and firepower is my game.
It's from Tetra. Oh, a copy of Mary.
Painful shots for the malingerers.
Please. Soldier FX.
You gotta believe in the numbers. You gotta believe in the probability.
Nice to meet you. Armament check.
All right, here we go. The last one. It's either the next one or the one after. Here we go. It's from Elysion. There we go.
I'm counting on you, Commander.
There we go, boys. I'm gonna go and take a screenshot of that. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. That's the key. You gotta believe. Posting it in the Discord. Now, like I said, I don't think that I'm going to go... I don't think I'm going to put anything additional into her. I didn't... Because, like, to do that, let's move on to the next thing we're going to do. I really want Scarlet, but I need to have, like, over 100,000 gems to really want to try and MLB somebody. I really don't want to try to MLB somebody with 65,000 gems. I just don't want to try to do that. That's kind of how I feel about it. All right, so we're going to do step-up recruitment. So let's do step-up recruitment so we can get our reward. Free gems are used first, because I actually have some paid gems. I'm trying to save up for this. So you can see here, I'm up to 1,900 paid gems. That's from the 30-day gem supply. I always buy the 30-day gem supply. So, like, one more month. In 1 month, I'll be able to get this. All right, here we go. Step up recruitment begins. Wait, isn't this based on... Shouldn't I should probably redo my wish list, shouldn't I? Does this use my wish list? I think this uses my wish list.
Soldier OW at your...
Okay, let me redo my wish list real fast. All right, we're going to revise the entire thing. All right, so... We're definitely going to put... Oh, she's in the overspec category. Never mind. Who do I want to put here? D is going on. I want Phantom. I want Helm because I can't access Helm Aquamarine story until I get regular Helm. So I'm gonna put Helm on the list. And then I want to put, who actually gets usage in battle? Ooh, Privity. I really want Privity. Getting more Privities. Privity, if I were to max out Privity, that would be, she is really good on last shot squads. Do I want to put I do use Marciana in raids. I use Emma in PvP, and I use Marciana in raids. What do you guys, who do you guys think I should put on? We could just try to unlock another character. That's something we could do. We could try to get Poli or Mast. Or we could put on either Marciana, which would be better in Union Raid, or we could put in Emma. Emma's also not bad in Union Raid. I do use her as a healer, and then I do use Emma a lot in PvP. I'm not sure. You want to put on... Okay, we'll put on Marciana. Okay. I need to save after each one before they try to disconnect me, so... Let me go ahead and redo all of them. Okay, so we don't need to put on leader. We're definitely putting Tia and Naga, because I use those in all of my teams. I actually want Senti. I hear Senti is really good for, I hear she's really good in PvP as a shield unit. Let me see here. I hear Tove is really good for shotgun teams. I kind of wanted Flora as well, though. Oh, no. I know. These two are really strong. Like, Ian is a really good unit, and so is Quincy. So I guess I'll only take... This is kind of like, you know, just to unlock a character, I'll take that one. I'm going to save after each one, just because the game might disconnect me. Tetra. We're definitely going to put Blanc on, because she's so close to, like, maxing out. It's hard to not put Noir on. Who do I not have? I kind of want Bay. Bay has some interesting uses in PvP. I want Sakura. Sakura is very useful in Union Raid. It's hard to not put Rouge on the list just because she's very effective. Man, there's a lot of tough choices here. Yeah, we have 7. I mean, all 3 of them are fantastic. I'm trying to think of, like, the Tetra Tower. Who do I need in the Tetra Tower? I'm good on burst 3s. Yeah, we're good on burst 3s. I kind of want Sugar in order to form the shotgun squad. Bay has interesting uses in PvP. Noise has been really good. So is Miranda. Miranda is fantastic in PvP. And Volume would be really good as the cooldown buffer. Maybe I'll put on Noise because she is pretty close to maxing out. You want to put on the Shiggy Wiggy? She is. I hear Shiggy Wiggy's a good healer. I hear she's a good healer. Tetra is always a tough choice. There's so many tough choices in Tetra. I think I'm just going to put on Noise. I don't know what to put on. Noise has already got a few stars as well. I think I'll just put Noise on for now. Let me confirm. And now for Pilgrims. So, Red Hood obviously goes on. Scarlet Black Shadow goes on. Crown probably goes on, but let me keep looking. Okay, we can't wishlist Rapi yet. She's not wishlistable. Oh, I also want... Oh, there's so many tough choices here. I think I do this. Is that the team? Noah has really good uses in PvP. Scarlet is really good in PvP. Snow White would be nice. Snow White would be really good in Union Raid. I think that's what we're doing. I think that's what I'm just gonna do it for now. All right, back to this. Here we go. Step up recruiting. If I could get even one okay, I feel like the odds are good that I should get at least one SSR about. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. From Macilis, who is it? A copy of Julia.
We will weave a masterful symphony.
Interesting. I mean, an SSR is an SSR. I'll take her. All right, next round. If I could get one more SSR, that would be fantastic. Like 2 is fair. 2 is like okay. Let's see. No. And then we gotta do one more, right? Okay, then this is the full priced one. All right, let's see. Can we get one more SSR? That would be great. Damn, I was hoping we would get one more. So we were a little below average on that one. But I guess we got Rapi, so we can't complain. All right, so we got it. This allows us to get a Nikke of our choosing. I'm not going to open it up yet because I honestly don't know who to use. And it's not essential. Like, it doesn't have to be done at this exact moment. So, like, that's fine. This thing has 350 days left. And I can still get more. Okay, so I could definitely max out Naga. There's no doubt about it. I'm up to 1,300 social points. I gotta bank up more social points, though. Okay, we did it. There we go. So there we go, and we got like, how do you, isn't there a way to...
Today, I'm going to forget about all my worries and just
There we go. And we do have the, what do you call it, Naga's, like, very fantastic skin. Like, this gacha skin was so good, I just had to get this one. Like, there was no way I couldn't not get this one. Expensive, but, you know, whatever. I'll just go out and get some more work done. Just go out and get some more money, that's what I say.
What are you going to do today?
How do I...
I'm going to forget about all my worries and just what are you going to do
there.
after the festival?
Okay, so we did it. We're done. We got everything done. I am not going to push my luck any farther than that. That is not happening. We are not going to push our luck for going for the MLB because I just don't have the power. Like 60,000? Nah. I'd rather save that up and keep banking it up. And I'll probably wishlist Rapi because I hear she's really strong. But I just don't have the power to pull for her. I don't think it's a good idea. So that is going to be it for today's show. I think we did... it took longer than I thought. I didn't think it was going to take basically 3 hours to get everything done, but the storylines always go on longer than I was expecting. Anyways, before I go, this will be the schedule for what's going on. Today is the 14th. We did Goddess of Victory Nikke. I will stream Goddess of Victory again at the end of whatever the next storyline is, so probably for Mana. I'll stream it at the very end, and I will react to the way the story goes each time when it comes out. Tomorrow I'll be back on YouTube, continuing the co-op playthrough of MechWarrior 5, and then on the 16th, we're continuing Generation Zero on Twitch, and we'll be doing... what do you call it? The Phoenix Rising DLC. And while we're here, here is the links to the Discord and the VODs. If you'd like to see the other Nikke storylines I've done and the other summonings I've done, they are in here. Like, here's me going for Guillotine and Maiden. And yeah, there's all of the videos I've done are there. Anyways, as usual, thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll be around sometime. Anyways, I'm dipping out. Deuces, everyone. And remember that you don't have to be good to get good.